minutes to start. 8 minutes to start. Beach surfers, get the last wave. Come in now. To start, 7 minutes to start. To go for our heat, first heat of day number 4, heat 3.
Welcome in to day number 4 of the Siargao International Surfing Cup QS 6000. We are looking at the beautiful Cloud 9 here this morning. Wind's up a little bit, but we still have some fun waves out there. We decided to push the call back ever so slightly, but we're on. We're going to finish off the round of 48, and then we have both the men and women on standby. But we're going to get a really nice breakdown from Chris Binns, potentially Ty Serrati or Jerry Deegan. But right now, I have the pleasure of being joined in the booth by Di Wacko. Good morning, Di.
Good morning. Beautiful day for day number 4 already.
I know, we're flying through it.
Flying through it. And we are waiting for the women's round of 48 to finish up.
Women's round of 48. So we have just been trying to plow through as much competition as possible. We've had 3 huge days back to back. We're going to go down though to hear the official call right now with Chris Binns.
Siargao, but otherwise doing Ty Serrati.
Good morning, Chris. The wind's up from the southeast a little bit today and causing a bit of chop to the waves, but it still looks really fun. We're going to start with the women's round of 48 and then both the men and women's round of 32 on standby, so we'll just check out the conditions throughout the day and see what we'll do later this afternoon.
Slightly later start today, is that because of the wind or the tide? What were we looking at?
Yeah, I think we just gave it a little bit more time for the tide to come in and give the surfers some more opportunities.
3 huge days out of the gates. You got to be pretty happy with where we're sitting with the draw and the time we got left.
Yeah, it's always nice to get a big couple of first days to get you in a good position to pick the eyes out of it for the later rounds for sure.
So we're building up to a big finish.
Absolutely, always.
All right, well, you heard it here first. No spin whatsoever. How beautiful is this backdrop behind us? Back up to you guys. Let's have a good day. Cheers, Tom.
Thanks, Binzi. Thank you, Ty. Yeah, we are absolutely just blessed with how beautiful it is here. It is so stunning. Every morning it's like a dream waking up here.
Right, definitely. And especially today, it's good, beautiful weather today. It's really hot from this morning when I woke up and straight outside. I feel the energy from the weather.
Yeah, we had a storm roll through yesterday, so we were supposed to have these choppy conditions actually over the last day or so, but this storm, it really did hold the wind back. It has passed overnight, and like Ty mentioned, we got those southeast winds right now, which are wreaking a little bit of havoc, but not too much. You can see it's definitely contestable out there. We saw a lot of free surfers getting some pretty good waves early this morning. It was just a great day of surfing, all men's and 2 heats of the women yesterday afternoon.
Definitely. Wow, looking back at it, it's just such a beautiful spot to surf this place. And a few barrels, actions, you can take it to the sky, and nice turns. And one of my highlight was the Marama's last wave.
Oh yeah,
coming back.
Absolutely. It was such a great comeback, and everyone was thinking, oh no, we're going to lose probably the crowd favourite, but he just came out and proved us all wrong. But it was pumping yesterday. We saw so much great surfing go down. This is a crazy highlight reel of just how good the conditions were. And although we saw a lot of airs and a lot of turns, we actually got some great barrels too. Freya Prama in the afternoon. But absolutely stunning.
Absolutely. So that one, that's Marama's last wave, and he came first. That was a sensational coming back from Marama. But we are about to start women's round of 48 heat number 3 this morning in about a couple minutes, and we will see those ladies shredding out there.
Yeah, so we have Taylor Green out there in the red representing New Zealand. Her roommate, actually, her travel buddy Charlie Hurst, she'll be out there in the blue. Osha Curtis is in the white, and Holly Wishart in the green. So an all Aussie one.
It's a free surfing out there, so it doesn't make you think it's actual heat, and you have to pump up, when you're surfing with your travel buddy. But sometimes it can get really sad if you one getting through and one getting knocked out. But still good, having a good time.
So big opening round heat. Just a small start here for Osha Curtis. So first heat to get us underway for day number 4. Osha Curtis from the Lennox Head region. So she has been ripping on the junior series back home in Australia. She's been winning a bunch of the Grom comps, and now she's progressed into these QS events. She does a lot of time over at NIA. So her dad is actually a pretty big local over there. He spent a lot of years there. And so now passing that knowledge on to Osha, she dropped a clip there a couple of years ago, and she would have been, I want to say 14, maybe 13, and she just pulled into this massive wave and came out and just 2 hands above the head, just fully claiming it, and it was so worth the claim. It was a massive open barrel, and it's a scary wave, especially for a young girl, and she just went out there and charged it.
Nias is one of the scariest wave to me. It just that place has a lot of water moving, and that barrel, it's so thick and powerful. So 14 years old surfer can pull in. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. So Osha, she's really trying to step up to the plate here on the QS right now. This is Taylor Green, so she's also still a junior herself. One big carb, unfortunately just losing it there. You can see the wind coming off the back of that wave as it came through, but we still have swell here this morning, Di. So like I was mentioning, we still got this 1 to 3 foot swell. It's coming from the east, so not a lot of north in it this morning, so it's coming potentially just a little bit too far on the angle. So we're going to see the north come back into play over the next couple of days, but with the window, we do have to run heats every day,
right?
Especially with the tide, and we lose a couple of hours with those low tide. So I feel like this was a pretty good call to get competition underway here this morning, because we definitely still have swell.
Definitely, on the set we have probably like a solid 3 foot, like you said. And like you said, it's east swell, so it's coming from kind of like right side of the island. So you can tell all the current comes from right side to left side now. So kind of makes it condition a little tricky, but still, like you said, there's plenty of opportunities to do a couple of turns.
So we're still working our way towards the high tide. We got a 9 a.m. high tide here this morning, so we have plenty of time to really run over this reef with the extra water over. So these 25-minute heats, we still have that round of 32 on standby. We will see where we're at the end of this round of 48. Nothing crazy locked in so far, but you're taking a look at the draw, Di. Any heats in this round really standing out to you?
You know, Sai Manua upcoming next seat. She's very talented.
So 19.5 got scored. To lock in for Charlie and Taylor Green. And feels like we're going to really see where this judges scale is going to be set this morning, just based on what they're seeing with this swell direction. Holly Wishart from the south coast of New South Wales. She was a real standout in that opening round, taking down Mila Coco Brown, who is definitely a big name in this event. She's looking a lot stronger and a lot more confident than the last 12 months since we've seen her.
Right. You know, this is a seeded round in the women's side, and then those two are already served in 2 days ago, so probably have advantage of being there by themselves, because in free surfing, you know, like we've been said, 100 people out there, and you can get lost in heat sometimes. So I think these two already served, they have advantage.
So Holly Wishart making a bit of a mistake there. Had first priority, hadn't caught a wave yet, and then paddled and lost it. So now she's back of the pack with priority and hasn't had a wave. So unfortunately, a mistake that Holly's going to need to clean up if she wants to go deep in this draw.
Right, there's still 18 minutes remaining in this heat, so a little bit of a mistakes from her, but still there's plenty of time to catch up and back in the game. And there's heaps of waves coming through this morning, so probably still it's a mistake, but still, you know, you can come back from it. So this is the last of blue on her backhand. Nice big first turn, and they get a little bonus there, so 2-turn combo from Charlie Hurst. And then this is a surfing red. Nice first turn, but unfortunately the wave dies out a little bit on screen. We have green up and riding. This is her first wave. Nice first turn. Come around the section. Little carb unfortunately comes unstuck.
Yeah, so Holly Wishart at least getting her heat underway here now. So
Right.
she found a wave in fourth priority, and it felt like it was actually pretty good wave selection here. Had a really nice bowl laid into this first turn, regained her speed. Great technique. Unfortunately, you can see a bit of wobble in that wave through the inside, and just catching her rail there. Potentially room for one last turn, but she's still sitting on that same kind of realm that we saw from Charlie and Taylor Green, where they got one big turn and then the wave slowly dying out.
She did a great job to catch that wave under priority. You know, she's back in the game now with a 2.83. Not a big score, but still good to have one under her belt. So this is something wide up and riding. Nice first turn, and try to connect to the inside, and it gets the end section. That is another nice wave.
Yeah, so Osha Curtis getting a two-turner. That's that type of wave we were talking about, Di, where you can get a turn out the back and then it re-walls on the inside section to get a second strong hit in there. So it's really going to be nice to see where that score for Osha comes in. She's definitely a really savvy competitor. I would say probably the most competitive in this heat. She's just got this incredible never say die attitude, and she will just keep swinging until the very end. All of these ladies obviously very competitive, but Osha just has this really cool approach to competing, where we see someone like Taylor Green, who may have the most power in this, but potentially sometimes can sit and wait too long. So a lot of these ladies still juniors. The only one out of the junior series right now is Charlie Hurst, and she's been on the QS for a little while now. She's actually one of my best friends. So We spent a lot of time with her back at home. She's recently just moved up to the far north coast of New South Wales, and she is just one of the kindest people you meet. She's amazing.
Yeah, I've seen you guys together all the time
Yeah.
at the comp site.
And we can see getting ready for this next heat.
That's a Saimaniwa from Japan. Currently lives on Gold Coast now. You know, she is a very, very talented surfer as well as she's a uni student.
Yeah. So Sai, she spends a lot of time on the Gold Coast. Actually, she
Right.
feels like she's lived there for a couple of years now. But obviously very proud of her heritage, her Japanese culture. She goes back to Japan a lot and competes over there as well.
And in the next heat number 4, we have Kia Hua, Saimaniwa, Arisa Ishii from Japan. She's very young competitor in this event, probably 14 years old. She's new to this QS Asia Tour. And we have Mila Coco Brown in green. So it's going to be a great matchup in heat number 4.
You can see right now with some scores, we're just past 10 minutes in this heat. Taylor Green, just with that powerful surfing I was talking about before, 4-5, just for that one big turn. She really has the power advantage in this heat. She's up and riding again here. Such a talented surfer. I love her style. Really quick and really heavy on that back foot. So those two ladies, Taylor Green, Charlie Hurst, also travelling with Safi Vetti, another strong Kiwi natural footer. And Taylor, actually from a talented family, so her little sister Stella Green is a very talented surfer as well. And those two always seem to be in the finals of the Pro Juniors, but this is her last wave here, Di.
Loved the first turn so much. She didn't rush anything. She just kind of relaxed and just hit that section, but throwing a lot of spray. So that's great turn.
I love when I see Taylor in attack mode in heats. I love when I see her just swinging on waves, just keeping the ball rolling. I love just this approach, especially in the conditions that we have this morning. It's got to be with those type of conditions where there's no real point sitting and waiting.
I don't think you wanna sit there and wait for the good ones, because there is a potentials in the waves. There is a quality, but still, there's not gonna be a best waves coming through this morning. So probably you're right. You have to keep yourself busy and just get as many as you can and get in the rhythm.
So Sai getting ready to head out for her heat. Like we mentioned, it's a pretty solid one coming up next for heat number 4 of the round of 48. And these ladies, they would have watched the first two heats pretty closely yesterday afternoon. And obviously Freya Prum getting a solid score for a great barrel.
That was a great matchup actually. Freya got last wave and got into the barrel, and she got 7 or 8 for that barrel ride. That was a great surfing from Freya. She is possibly surfing today in heat number 2 in a round of 32.
Yeah, and Freya getting an excellent score here last year as well. She got a 9-point ride here last year, and then unfortunately couldn't find a backup. Charlie Hurst looking here, big section. The wind just getting the better of her board there.
Right, she might have went a little too high up on the section, but that section looked really horror and really hard section to hit. There's still 11 minutes and 40 seconds to go. At the back, we have surfer Green up and riding, nice hack, but unfortunately couldn't quite stick to the landing.
Yeah, so similar situation and wave shape that we saw from Charlie Hurst to the last of Holly Wishart. Love the fact that these ladies are going for it. They're the sections that if you can ride out of them, you know it's going to be a big score. But unfortunately, just couldn't capitalise. Taylor Green here starts off with a nice carve. Big second turn there for Taylor. I love how many waves she's catching. It just feels like she's building every time.
Right.
Now Charlie Hurst, bigger looking wave. That's a great looking first turn here. She's got more room to work with down the line. She's going to get out of there. So 2 carves. She's going to add to her total here, Di.
Right, great exchange from Travel Buddies.
Travel
right?
Buddies, yes.
Love the Taylor's first turn and the second turn as well. Like you said, probably she started to be on the attack mode right now. And at the back, we had a Charlie Hurst. Beautiful 2-turn curves. It's going to be great scores. But we have surfing white up and riding. Osha Curtis. Unfortunately, Wave didn't really cooperate with her. Did a couple of turns, but I don't think it's gonna be a great number. But still, like you said, it's good to keep yourself busy and catch anything, pretty much.
Definitely. Super important to just keep the ball rolling in these heats. Charlie, look in here now, another carve. Looking to go vertical on this section. That's a nice snap from Charlie Hurst. So she's going to try and chase more down the line. Now we got another exchange from the roommates here. Taylor Green just with that one carve here. So lots of scores to break down for the judges. I feel like this is going to be a theme we see all day, just continuous back-to-back waves from all the surfers.
Definitely, we're going to be seeing a lot of waves ridden in heat. Position, Taylor has 4-5 and 4-2-3. This is the last of Green on her backhand. Nice looking ball ahead of her. Great hit, but unfortunately goes down. And this is probably the last of Red. Love the second turn here. She is on attack mode right now. So great combination from Taylor. And this is the last previous wave for Charlie Hurst. Nice 2 carves to finish off. So that was a great surfing. And this is the last of White. She did everything she could on that wave, but wave just didn't really offer the great walls. And this is the last wave for Charlie Hurst. I love that second turn. Nice and beautiful carve to finish off.
Yeah, so Charlie looking to go find these steep sections here. Taylor Green just with the one carve out the back. So lots to break down in this heat. You can see all of our ladies starting to get ready for heat number 4. They're going to make their way out. It's such an easy paddle out. It really is a dream wave. You barely have to duck dive to paddle back out, and then you go into such a fun, perfect barrel. Obviously today it's a bit more turns, but there is definitely a couple of barrels out there this morning. So just over 8 minutes to go, waiting for all scores to lock in. And you can see it's pretty close right now between second and third. Taylor out there with the 2 4s. We now have Holly Wishart holds that rail all the way through here, gets stuck on that second turn. So unfortunately with this swell, you can see those walls just really starting to taper out. So I feel like best bet is just to capitalize on that really big first steep section and just go for it.
Definitely, you have to use the first section to get the most out of it. If you miss that section, then you won't probably get any scores today.
I agree. We have a really short period east swell, so it's about 7 seconds. So we're going to see lots of waves close together, and sets kind of be pretty consistent throughout the day, but a lot of mid-sized ones that are definitely going to be scoreable all day today. So just past this 7-minute mark now. Looks like all scores are in. Waiting on one last for Holly Wishart, but it is Taylor Green out there in the lead. It's a 4-5 and a 4-2-3, so Charlie Hurst chasing a 4.9. Currently holds down that second position with a pair of 3s, but Osha Curtis not far behind her, needs a 3.8, and Holly Wishart a 4.23. So very close right now between all of our ladies. No one really running away with anything at this point. So this is the first heat of the morning. We're waiting for that just one real breakout wave from any of our competitors right now, and let's see who is going to be first to find it. But even with this direction of the swell, you can see the ladies sitting a little bit wider than the usual takeoff spot. It's running pretty fast on the reef where we usually sit. So having to just adjust their line, showcasing that they've done a bit of time on this reef. They know exactly what they're looking for out there this morning.
This is a day 4, so probably they've been surfing morning and on the break. So probably know where to sit right now.
What's crazy is that because today's day 4, we could potentially run 4 days of competition and not got to the last seeded round of the women. So they can just watch and enjoy the action over the last couple of days. But we could see them out there after this round of 48.
Potentially, we love to watch the top seeded ladies in a round of 32. So many great names on the list, so I cannot wait to watch the top seeded round.
We obviously have Kana Nakashia. She's wearing the yellow jersey for the Bonsoy
Right.
Asia Super Series. Here we go. Holly Wishart, big turn. Can she hold on? Unfortunately not. So she's still swinging and looking for it, but I love how she's trying to go for one big section turns here, Di.
Definitely, she knows how to get a point here, and she is on the way to getting those requirements. She just needs to, adjust a little bit. So probably, keep trying and just keep hitting the section.
So 4.5 minutes here. Very close heat between all 4 of our competitors. Can see a bit of a wave starting to roll through here. Osha Curtis, she's going to use first priority. Tucks in.
Ooh.
A little bit wide of the barrel there, but love the fact that she's going for it. Let's see where the judges feel that one is going to sit. Chasing a 3.8.
3.8, that is not a big score, but still you need to have one solid turn to get high threes, I think. So probably let's take another look from the drone angle. She covered up a little bit quite short time and gets the turns. Unfortunately, it wasn't the completion. So, well, what do you think? It's gonna be a 3.8.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably not. She obviously got a great little moment of cover up there, and I love the fact she was going for it, but felt like she needed a big turn on that one. Let's see what the judges think, though. One big hit here for Holly Wishart. It's super close right now, so I feel like no one can really feel safe, even in those top spots, whether you're Taylor or Charlie. It's definitely one of those heats where you just still have to keep swinging and trying to build on your score line.
And there's still 3 minutes remaining, so it's not a time to play a defense mode for Taylor with the first priority and Charlie with the second priority. They definitely need to improve the score line as well.
Absolutely, and I feel like you see the competitors who start to go really deep in the draw, they won't be happy having a pair of 4s and a pair of 3s moving on through. Obviously, these ladies have surfed a great heat. They've showcased some really great surfing, but you can see those women and men who will win at all costs. They will just do anything to get those bigger scores, and just those surfers, even on their first couple of days, who broke into those 5-6 point mark, they're going to go deep in the draw. You can feel
definitely.
it.
And it can gives you a lot more confidence in this condition when you get 5 and 6s. So that's pretty much that. Well, on screen we have Taylor up and riding, looking a good wave. Well, it's just a quick in and out.
So first priority changing to Charlie Hurst. Nervous times right now. She's got 2 minutes to hold on to this second place or potentially creep up to the lead. She's getting pretty close to Osha Curtis, so she's trying to just be on that next best wave that comes through. She looks interested in this one here, and she's going to go.
Charlie Hurst up and riding on her backhand. Nice looking wall. Nice turn to start with. And gets the second turn in and get the third turn in, and it's a completion. Needing to get rid of the 3.23 and 4.9 to challenge herself.
I feel like it'll probably sit around the same as her high mark, maybe potentially above, but she's definitely done her job trying to apply pressure, getting herself on that wave. You can see the end of a wave there for Holly Wishart and Osha Curtis out the back.
Well, quick in and out. There's still a minute remaining. So probably Osha Curtis has to paddle back out. And on screen we have Red up and riding again. The big first turn and second turn. Well, this has got to be the best wave in this heat so far.
Oh, she just throws so much water. She's such a strong surfer. So that was the moment that we're really waiting for. One of these competitors just to come out the gates and just absolutely start swinging. So Taylor Green with just a big moment in this heat with 30 seconds to go. So saved it right till the end. She had some great moments in this heat, but to put multiple together, you know, that's what we were talking about. Those surfers who can do that in these earlier rounds in these tricky conditions,
Right.
they're the ones that you usually see go pretty deep in the draw.
Definitely, it was, you know, that last ride just showing her skill set, and she was on attack mode, that's for sure. It's gonna be a great number, but looks like this is the end of the heat, and I don't see anyone getting a wave. So probably looks like red and blue moving into the next round, and we'll be going to the quick break. We'll be right back after the break with the heat number 4.
Record revenues from regulated gaming has boosted PAGCOR's social responsibility efforts, bridging gaps in the government's education, healthcare, disaster response, and national security programs. A solid proof that when gaming is properly regulated, it becomes a powerful engine for nation building.
This is for everyone who made it happen. The surfers, ocean lovers, and locals of Siargao. Together, we fundraised and built mooring lines around the island so boats can anchor safely without harming our coral reefs. What began as a small act of care grew into something beautiful, a community effort to care for the sea we all share. Follow Adopt a Mooring Line to learn more and be part of a global effort to protect our reefs.
SDMI Sports. World-class sports management made in the Philippines.
How? Oh mate, I just went for a drive. Surf is cooking, bruh. Wind's gone offies, swell's starting to pulse. You all fueled up? It's you and me, man. We're gonna get cane today. Yeah, let's go.
Big morning this morning with the round of 48 of the women. We're rolling into heat number 4, and it's going to be a pretty solid heat. We've got a lot of young junior competitors coming up in this one. It is going to be Kaya Hura in the red from Indonesia, Sai Maniwa in the blue. She's representing Japan alongside Arisa Ishii from Japan and our very own Milakoko Brown from Australia. So we already decided our first heat of the morning, who's going to be going into that round of 32. Number 2 of the day. Join me in the booth is my big sister, True Starling. True, welcome in for today.
Thank you, Jessie. Yeah, day 4 today.
Yeah, we're actually rolling through.
Is that kind of crazy?
It is. It's wild.
That is so wild. I cannot believe we're in day 4. But this is a really good heat. Kia, she did a really great job in the NIAS event, getting to the quarters or semi-finals. I keep bringing it up because this wave is so not similar, but in the sense where it's a barrel at the start and then you can get some turns after it. So it's pretty similar kind of take, and Kia absolutely dominated.
Here we go, Miller Brown here. Big layback jam to kick us off. Straight into another 2-turn, thank you very much combo. So she would have seen that last heat. It's definitely one of those days you're going to have to keep catching waves. So Miller getting off to an early start here.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. And Coach Adam Dufner would be pretty stoked with that, as well as Miller's family. So it's tricky out there. It's tough. It's a little bit windy. There's a lot of water moving. So you really need to surf this wave with power, particularly when it's like this. The barrels they're not really coming into play so far this morning that we've seen. Hopefully it'll get better throughout the day, but you just never know what's going to happen. We're just rolling with it. Let's take another look at this replay. This first turn for Miller, so smooth, so much power, huge kick of the tail. And then those last 2 turns, a bit of a bonus punch as well. So it's a good way to start a heat. A 6-point ride locks in straight away.
Yeah, wow, high mark of the day so far. So In that last heat, we did see Taylor Green lock in a 5.67 right at the dying stages, so she took out that heat, followed by Charlie Hurst. But Miller Brown, straight off the bat with a 6-point ride, she's ultra competitive. We see her in not only QS events and Pro Juniors, but specialty events just like Stab High. She's one of the best female aerialists in the world. Right now, this is Sai Maniwa here, represents Japan, spends a lot of time on the Gold Coast, so we see her all the time back at home. And then Kaya here, young gun, big airdrop out of it. Unfortunately, that was all she wrote, but what great wave selection that was. I mean, it really had one big open section there for Kaya.
Yeah, I know. She's from the Mentawai Islands, Kia, and she's not scared of these moments. She is part of that Kandui crew.
Sick.
Which is awesome. Yeah, so when Dylan won the event over at Lagundri Bay, there was tears from Kia. It was really, really sweet. She was just, really emotional from that win for Dylan. It was a huge win for him back to back with the NIAS Pro and also the Pro Junior. It was pretty special. So. And Binzy's listening in. He's like, she charges too, and she absolutely does. She's not scared, and she's willing to put herself in harm's way just to, get herself on a good wave. So I'm looking forward to seeing how she goes in this heat, because I feel like these waves are kind of her bread and butter.
Yeah, definitely. And she's already looking impressive at such a young age as well. So Kia, looking forward to seeing what she can bring right now. She's obviously in the red Rashi, so she's got a high seed. Looks like a paddle out the back here. It's our surfer in blue, Sai. Massive first turn here. She's going to drop into it again. Goes to her rail, and then another section on the end for a finishing slash here from Sai Maniwa. So that's going to feel good. 3 turns and 3 solid turns here too, True.
Yeah, this is huge. For Sai, her first wave was a little bit slower pace, and she's picked up the ante in this one. Big first turn. Driving through this second one, a little bit slower pace there, but she absolutely belts it to finish. So Sai, she's a real pocket rocket. She's a super whippy surfer, and once she gets on her feet, something big is coming. Her backhand is legit as well. So Sai, I know that she's hoping to keep making rounds in this event. She hasn't had the greatest year so far, so it's important for her to do well here.
Here we go. Kia, great bowl ahead of her, loses the fins unfortunately there, so she'll want to regroup for the next 19 minutes or so, but you can see the approach, it's there. She's looking really switched on, really aggressive towards the sections that's coming towards her. And then we have Arisa Ichi in the white, who we haven't seen catch a wave yet. She's a real young gun. She'd be 14 years old, competes a lot on the Japanese tour and the under-15s divisions, and she absolutely dominates over there. So she's leveled up, she's taken a step up to the QS, and this is her first year going international, so she competes on a lot of the QSs back in Japan, but her first time just putting herself in these big QS 6000 events, and to do that at so young, I mean, the experience for her would be incredible.
Absolutely, and I think too, seeing everyone here in these events and how they're approaching the heats and the lessons that she would be learning from each event would be huge. And just like this lady right here, Miller's grown so much in just a year.
Oh, wow, she's grown so much in a year. Started with a big carve on this one here for Miller. Not much more down the line, and then Arisa out the back, just fumbling a little bit on that second turn, losing her footing, regains there. So you can see the energy, the drive in her surfing. So she is going to try and get some more scores on the board there. But yeah, I agree. Miller in the last 12 months has gone from being a grom to being a young lady. She has really matured in her surfing and her competitive approach. This was her last wave here.
Yeah, even just that first turn, the authority that she had in that, and the way that she was like, I'm going to make the most of this section was huge. Unfortunately, the wave didn't offer more. And then for Arisa, so young but so powerful. She did really well over in the Tahara event. She was a standout in my eyes, I thought. She was just, looking really good in most of her heats. So it's great to have Arisa on this QS circuit, traveling internationally and, throwing everything she can at each heat. She's still quite young, as you were saying, Jessie, but she's got a really great approach, and she's got a lot of power.
Yeah, that was a massive first turn. We actually missed that one, and we came back for the 2 calves at the back, but that first turn was sick. It comes in at a 3.73. Last wave for Miller Brown was a 3.6, so she's adding to her lead right now. So a bit of a tight heat again between second, third and fourth. Similar situation to what we saw in the opening heat of the morning, where we saw Taylor Green win, and right now she's actually on the tower with Di Wacko. Take it away, Di.
First heat of the day, number 4 here at Cloud9. Different condition compared to the last couple of days, but how is the condition?
Yeah, it's definitely different to the last couple of days, but it was nice to execute on 2 and get the ball rolling. I was a bit nervous, so it's good to settle the nerves in round 1.
You know, a bit struggling to get the right ones, but at the end you got the 6. How does that feel?
Yeah, it felt good. It definitely was a smaller inside one, wasn't what I was like at the start of the heat looking for, so it was nice to execute on a smaller wave.
And also, Jess told me that you and Charlie are travel buddies in the same heat. Does that give you another pressure, or like it's just a good heat?
Yeah, it doesn't happen often when both you and your buddy get through, so we're pretty stoked to get through together, and it was pretty special.
You must be super stoked, getting through together. You're gonna have a good dinner tonight, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
But definitely, you guys are on standby after this. So how are you gonna spend rest of the day, preparing for the next round?
Probably watch a few more of the girls' heats, and then go back, get some breakfast, and just cruise until we find the call.
Great. Is there anything you like to say to your family, friends, supporters back home?
Yeah, my family will be watching back home. Hey guys, I miss you. I wish you were here with me. Thanks for all the support.
All right, thank you so much, and good luck in the next round. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you, Di. Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, she's a really awesome young girl. She said hi to her family. Little sister Stella, obviously an incredible surfer, and I feel like it won't be too long till we start to see her name pop up in these QS 6000s in the international stage as well.
Yeah, well, she's heading over to the WSL World Juniors over in La Union.
Oh, really? Sick.
Stella is. So she's slowly creeping up for sure. And Kia. Wow, drops down. She gets in there, but just a little bit too much speed and goes over.
Yeah, wow. Really great reflexes on that one from Kia, just to drop straight into that tube there. She seems to be okay, so she's going to head back out there. On your screen right now, Sumomo Sato. She's going to come up in what looks to be a massive heat coming up next. She's got Kira Buckpit in the red, Aura Zeflin in the white, and Diane Nogalo in the green. So Sumomo, one of the standouts on the Japanese side of surfing, and she's just got this really, really strong back-footed power when it comes to her turns. Had a bit of Challenger Series experience this year too, but look at this last number for Sai Maniwa, an 8.5. Excellent surfing here from Our Lady in Blue.
Wow, that is the biggest score that we've seen all day so far, and it's only heat 2, an 8.5 for Sai. She's licking her lips. She's going, yeah, that was great. Thank you. I will take that. Let's have a look and see what this was about. Huge opening turn. Gets a strong second one in there as well. Wow. Sai Maniwa is on fire and really just pushing through each turn with power and passion, and you could see it really shining through. I mean, Sai Maniwa, those first 2 turns were legit.
Yeah, huge surfing there from our Japanese surfer. Sai just not holding back on that wave, just absolutely detonating every single section that came her way. So you can really see the adjustment in the scale and the scoreline today. Judges happy to see big surf, big turns, and reward it with excellent surfing. It's a great smile for your
Arlen Zeflin.
Monday morning?
Yeah.
Is it Monday?
Yeah. It is.
You just get lost.
So Aura, she is affectionately known as Arlen, and she's the sister of Dylan and Jaden Wilcoxon. So also part of that Kandui crew as well, coming up in that next team.
Absolutely love that. We saw Dylan Wilcoxon unfortunately get knocked out of competition yesterday. So
wow.
Quite
Big
high
upset.
up on the rankings, currently 3rd on the men's Asia rankings. and unfortunately lost out in the round of 64. Right now in this heat, though, Miller Brown having a look here, has a bowl to work with, slashes this one. Big float, unfortunately can't hold on there. She would have heard excellence from Sai Maniwa and thought, I want a piece of that myself. So Miller absolutely going for it. 11 and a half minutes right now to find it. You can see there, that is Kira Buckpit getting it ready for her heat. She obviously had a great result over there in Tahara as well, from the south coast of New South Wales.
Semi-final finish. Justine Buckpit was down there as well at the
Mama
event in
Juz.
Japan, Mama Juz, and I think she was freaking out a couple of moments. Definitely. I know Kira may have given her a heart attack. Diane.
So taking a look at this score from Sai, a couple of judges even going as high as a 9-point ride. So real excellent surfing from Sai Maniwa. The judges absolutely loved everything she gave on that wave. We're seeing Kia, unfortunately, just going down on that last wave there. But we just see so many women getting so good so young. Thinking of the likes of Tia Zabrowski, she's just qualified for the championship tour at 14 years old. What's going on?
Yeah. Is that not the craziest thing you've ever heard? At 14, that is amazing.
Epic.
It is incredible.
They're getting so good and so driven so young.
Yeah.
We've got a wave here from Arisa. Yeah, something's in the water with this generation.
I know. They just have it. You don't know. I don't even know what it is, but they've got it, And for Tia, that is just such a... Yeah, to qualify at 14 years old is a huge achievement. And she absolutely rips.
She's a machine.
She's a machine.
She, even in the free surf, no one touches her. Like she's got any wave she wants. She is just an absolute powerhouse. She owns the lineup in the free surfs in the morning, and then she absolutely owns the heats as well. We just saw Yolanda Hopkins qualify for the championship tour as well. That's been a long time coming too.
Yeah, that has been a long time coming. She's been so consistent, and honestly feel like she's probably the most dedicated surfer on the Challenger Series tour. And now to have graduated to the CT, I know that it's been one of her biggest dreams and goals in life. So for that, incredible. So yeah, huge congrats to Yolanda as well. And this year there's 7 spots available on the Challenger Series.
For the women, we go to 26 women on the championship tour next year, which is, it's incredible. It's been a long time coming, but it's such a big step forward for women surfing.
Yeah, it's huge. Bring it on. Is Momo looking to get into that as well? She competed in the Challenger Series, the very first one of the year at Newcastle. She got a wild card or was just able to slide into that event. And then I saw her over in Cruy, so I know that she took a lot of lessons from that first Challenger Series event and hoping to actually fully qualify this year on the Asian Tour.
So Samomo actually hasn't been home since El Salvador. So she went to El Salvador to the ISA Games, and then she came over to Portugal, and then she went to Brazil, and then she
went to the
here.
Tahara event.
And Tahara as well. So she's had a crazy year of traveling, and she's coming here, and then she's going straight to Taiwan, and then back to the Philippines for another QS. So Momo clocking up the air hours right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of flights. It's a lot of time on a plane, but when you get to come to pretty special places like this, it's worth it, honestly.
There's always something going on in surfing. There's always a comp to turn on.
Yeah.
I don't think there ever isn't.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's amazing.
You throw in the pro juniors as well.
It's
They're
great
just
to
as
be
cool
a fan
to watch.
of this sport.
Oh, absolutely.
Because there's no off season.
It never ends. There's comps left, right, and centre.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Right now, though, in this heat, 7.5 to go. So an 8.5 for Sai has her in a commanding lead right now. We saw a 6-point ride for Mila Coco Brown, chasing a 6.34 to get herself back in the lead. But she's applied some pressure to her competitors out there. Arisa Ichi chasing a 5.88, and Kia, she's looking for a 6.93, so pretty much a 7-point ride. 7 minutes to go. They've heard excellence right now for Sai. They know it's out there, and it just came from big, solid surfing. Big turns were rewarded by our judges. So you can see right now potentially a little bit of movement happening out the back, but the ladies deciding not to go this wave, and now it actually is Kia. She's going to grab the tail end of it, lays into this first turn. Cool style. Really cool style. It reminds me of a young Mikey February sort of alternative approach to her surfing. It's really, really cool to watch.
Yeah, she's got a really cool approach. She's still quite young too as well, so she's still learning. I think Krui and Nias may have been her first ever QS events.
Wow.
Yeah. So she did obviously equal third in Nias. So she's like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to come over to Cloud 9. She's probably going to head over to Taiwan and have a real dig at these QS 6000 events, which fair enough because they're so fun, and Miller's on a good one.
Wow, good looking wave here for Miller Brown. Big section. Oh, can't quite hold on there. Got a great first turn in. She's going for it though, and it's exactly what she needs to do.
Yeah, she had to go for it to really better that 3.6 that she has. But you look at the requirements for Kia and Arissa, and they're pretty solid. What happened here on this last turn, because it was looking like it was loading up to be a really good score. That first turn was smooth, gets afloat, and just, yeah, there was a lot going on there. It was really tricky. It was a difficult turn to make.
Yeah, it was definitely a hard section. Felt like she got there a smidge late.
Yeah.
So by the time she got there, she couldn't project out and over it and handle the section. It looked like she went down with the wave rather than out in front of it. So Miller Brown, she's going to be looking to correct that on her next section, but she's not scared. We absolutely know that from Miller. Like we mentioned, she did the specialty event, Stab High, over in Sydney. She also competed in the Japan event this year, but Sydney, she was winning all the way up until the very last wave, and then Sierra Kerr did what Sierra Kerr does best and did a massive backside full rope to get the win. Right now though, Kia, a bit of frustration here. So she, unfortunately, hasn't really broken out of this 2-point range in this heat right now. You can tell she's really trying to get herself one of those big sections right now, but just that 6 is really applying pressure right now from Miller Brown.
Yeah, it really is, and I think that's a huge tick for Miller as well. Having that 6, it's put her ahead a fair amount in regards to being in second. She only needs a 6.34 to go to first, and it's quite clear that she's chasing that as well. She's not happy with settling for second, and that's a Miller Brown that we're also quite aware of too. She loves to win. She's super competitive, and she wants to, you know, come out on top every time. So with 4 minutes to go, she's got time. She's got the opportunity to get that 6.34, but both Kia and Arissa really have some opportunities here. Arissa needs a 5.88. If she channels a bit of Sai Manuel right now, she's there. And for Kia, if she can find herself on one of those mid-sized ones that starts tubing and really opens up, she could really push for that 6.93.
3 minutes 40 to go, so clock really starting to wind down. We're going to start to see our next competitors start to creep over very shortly. So that's going to be an exciting matchup. We've got big names coming all throughout this round as well. The likes of Nilde Blancada, massive local contingent behind her. Gia Lorentzen from the sunny coast. Kailani Johnson from Indonesia. She'll be coming up. And Shino Matsuda, the Olympian. She'll be in heat number 8. So we got some big names starting to roll on through the back half of the round of 48.
And we haven't even seen them all yet.
No, we still have another seeded round to go. So the round of 32 has the top 16 surfers of the Asia and Australasia tour. Right now though, here we go, Arissa. Great looking carve. Unfortunately, it's just the one turn, so she's chasing one of those walls that allows her to open up twice. Chasing a 5.88, so has the smaller requirement out of the two. 2.5 minutes to go right now. You can see some bigger waves starting to roll through. Unfortunately, just caught a little bit out of position here for our surfers. 2 minutes 20. Can anyone try and eclipse that 8.5 in this last moments of the heat right now? Looks like there's something big starting to roll through out the back. Let's see if any of our competitors are in the spot. And it looks like it's going to be Sai, heat leader, using first priority here. And that wave not eventuating. So maybe a mistake here from our heat leader, but she's comfortable All right, Kia, having a look. She doesn't like the look of that one.
She knows what wave she's looking for, and that wasn't it, unfortunately, for Kia. It's not really tubing right now, so she needs to go to turns. She needs to find the opportunity to really push for finding those sections.
So 90 seconds to go. You can see how difficult it seems to find one of those longer running walls that we saw from Sai Maniwa. So the Ocean just taking a bit of a moment. Feels like there might be one or two big opportunities like that in each of the heats. And they've just been capitalised on right now between Sai and Miller. Obviously Miller with a couple of swings on some bigger sections and have gone down. So we've got the potential for some one big steep moments out there. So our next competitors for the rest of the draw definitely be eyeing those off. 60 seconds on the clock. So it's crunch time right now for Arissa and Kia. The Ocean's just looking a little bit sleepy.
Yeah, it's kind of feeling like there may not be an opportunity worthy of a 6.93 and a 5.88. Here we go, Arissa.
Having a look here. Starts off with a carve. You can kind of tell by the body language she's frustrated with this wave. So that's not going to be the 5.88 she's chasing. We have 25 seconds to go. Miller Brown with first priority. She's going to take anything that comes through. And here she goes, looking at this one. Might even get some coverage. Oh. Bit of a lip to the head there, unfortunately, for Miller. But she took an opportunity away from Kia, who has 5 seconds to try and find the score. But we're not going to have another ride from any of our competitors. So it's going to be those big moments from Sai Maniwa and Miller Coco Brown, and it's going to get them through to the round of 32. Unfortunately, we lose some of our young guns, Kia Her and Arisa Ishii, but we will see them over in Taiwan competing in another QS 6000. We're going to go to a quick ad break, and we welcome in the round of 48, heat number 5, right after this.
3, 2, 1.
Let's get started. Let's go.
There's one thing we all love to bits, it's a fresh spritz. A little bit of ice, juice is worth the squeeze. Now the magic elixir. Next up, a bit more citrus. Mint, agave. Hey, that is incredible.
Hello and welcome back to the Siargao International Surfing Cup. This is day 4. Round of 48. Women, Kira Buckpitt is the surfer in red, Momo Sato is in blue, Aura Zeflin is in white, and Diane Nagalo is in green. Crispin's in the booth for the first time today. The one and only True Starling.
Hello. How's it going?
I'm very well.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it.
Bit of a different morning here in Siargao. The swells swung around a little bit more to the east, but it's brought some wind with it as well. A little bit more of the low tide coming to play early morning than we've seen lately as well. It sort of pushes back every day by about, what, half an hour, 45 minutes or so?
Yeah, around about that. That was Momo Sato.
Do you know what's good about that?
Tell me. I'm intrigued.
Well, once we smash through today, another massive day. So we've had 3 18 heat days in a row.
Yeah.
So we've chopped away at, more than half of the contest. By the time we get today done, we'll be 2/3 of the way through in half the time. Tide will give us this window of sort of 9 till 3 or 4 where we can just run in one hit. No need for a break, no need for this absurd 6 a.m. rubbish.
Yeah.
The alarm shouldn't be in the 4s and the 5s when you get up.
I will say I've struggled to get out of bed this morning. Oh my gosh, Kira Buckpit. Oh.
Toying with it.
Yeah.
Not quite parking it. So we saw Sumomo Sato open the affair with a 2.5. That's Diane Nagalo quickly in and out.
Yeah, when I got the message saying it's on hold, next call at 6:30, I was like, yes, this is the best thing that I have heard, because I get to stay in bed for an extra 10 minutes. It was great.
You forget that we're in the northern hemisphere here, and we're a decent way north of the equator. We're not Indo style sitting on it, and it's winter and it gets dark early, and it gets dark really quick. I tried to go for a surf after the last heat last night.
Did you?
Yeah, and it was broad daylight, and then it's like someone turns the lights out. It just goes pitch black in 5 minutes.
Crazy.
That's all right. I do most of my best surfing with my eyes closed anyway, so it was pretty familiar.
Fair enough. Let's take a look at this one. The 2.5 of Sumomo Sato to start off. She's had a big year already. The last 2 months has been huge. Or Zeflin or Alid. She locks in a 2 to start off. Goes down on that second turn there. 20 minutes to go. And Kira Buckpit, she got a semi-final finish in the last event in Tahara, which was her best ever result in a QS 6000. So she was really, really chuffed with that result. Her mum Justine was down there as well on the beach the whole time supporting her. Her dad Mick is here. So Kira looking to stay consistent in these qualifying series events. I think she'd be doing pretty well in the rankings as well, actually. I need to triple check this because she's 7th right now on the Australian QS rankings. So looking to be consistent in these last 2 events to go move up. That was Diane Nagolo.
19 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a 3rd at Tahara and a 13th at Nias to her name, so they're big points with best 4 results counting. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, it's huge. We have men's and women's round of 32 on hold for a potential maybe run after this women's round of 48. We're going to make that call probably in the next heat also. I can't believe we're already at day 4 and
there's plenty of surfers who haven't surfed yet.
Yeah. But also, we've got 2 more rounds until we got quarterfinals.
All right, well, someone who is through to the next round is Sai Manawa, and they're down having a chat with Jessie Starling.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Found an 8.5. Really good practice session past few days, and I tried to show my surfing in 25 minutes, and I was looking for waves before the heat, and I knew where to go kinda, so I'm happy that I was able to get 8.5 waves. Yeah.
And talk to me about your season this year. You've obviously been competing. So you're back Siargao to Taiwan to Belair. How do you pace yourself through all of these QSs?
Yeah, I was struggled to get good result past last couple competitions, and I was talking to myself after the competition, and I knew that I have the ability to show my surfing, but also mentally I'm kind of nervous every time. So I try to make a good balance between them, and I'm now enjoying my competition. So it's really fun.
So you have a lot of fans there and also in Japan. Is there anything you want to say back in Japanese?
Thank you so much for people who are watching in Australia. Also, 日本の皆さんいつもサポートしてくださってありがとうございます。クラウド9は波が良くて、自分の好きな波なので、もっといいサーフィンを見せれるように次のラウンドも頑張ります。
Thank you, Sai. Congratulations. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much, Jesse. And it's definitely a different day out there at Cloud9. But there's still plenty of opportunity. And as we see some of the top seeds start filtering into the draw, we'll see those opportunities get pounced upon.
Yep, we will. And I feel like it's going to get better. I mean, the last 3 days has been pretty good. We've woken up every day and it's been fun. It's been... Oh my gosh, Samomo. All right, let's go. Live action. Big first carve. Driving through this second one, Samomo Sato. She went to El Salvador, went from El Salvador to Tahara for a QS 6000. Then she went to the Challenger Series events in Portugal and Brazil. And now she's coming here. She hasn't been home since August or September, something crazy like that. So she's looking to back up some good results here. She's got 3 events. This is Diane Nogolo. Lays into that back arm. Driving through another carve. Diane, the local girl, looking really strong already. She's trying to find a finish and just really clean this wave up. Wow, that one just opens up for her again. These waves just really doing whatever they can for the local surfers. It's pretty awesome to see their wave selection and how it differs.
Alright, let's have a look at the replay. This is Samomo Sato exercising her priority on this one, and why not? Opens the shoulders, a couple of hefty turns, 4.17 the result, and that was Diane Nogalo getting her 2.27 underway, although we didn't really see it. Here it is.
Yep. Watching this wave live as well, this first turn was really strong. Just pivoting off that back arm, like I mentioned, and she's got a beautiful wrap as well. This wave just kept opening up. It just kept providing sections throughout the whole time she was on it. Nice snap there. And then to get this finish for Diane, really smooth. Obviously one of the local ladies of the lineup here at Cloud9. And I know that a lot of the local women get really excited for this event because it's an opportunity to surf out here with, first of all, 3 other people out, and also to showcase the talent that they have here.
Alright, here goes Kira Buckpit. Just the one turn and she's out of there.
Priority is
13 minutes 15 to go. Have you been surfing over the last couple of days?
Not over the last couple of days, but I surfed that surf I had when we went out to Rock Island. That was the last time I had the chance to go for a paddle. I don't really... Going out and surfing Cloud9 with every man and their dog does not entice me at all. So I'm just going to wait for when the time is right to get out there. There's no rush.
Fair enough.
I get frustrated too easily.
Yeah. If you go out knowing that it's going to be a schmozzle,
Yeah.
with zero expectations.
Yeah.
I need to get in the water just for the benefits that getting in the water brings. So it's kind of you got to strike that balance.
Yep. That is fair.
I did come here this year thinking I wasn't going to bother surfing Cloud 9 because of how hectic it is. And then I surfed it the other day when the tide was all wrong and it wasn't that busy, and I was like, oh God, it's such a good wave.
It is. It is such a good wave.
And then I've just been going out, sitting well and truly out of the way. I don't want to be that guy hassling competitors.
Just waiting for one wide to come.
Just having a chat, just seagulling where I can. Problem is, these guys are not, and girls are not only amazing surfers, they are A1 seagulls in the lineup too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I love watching all of these guys surf, but the thought of actually putting myself out there with 200 people on one peak does not entice me at all. But in saying that, when we get to Taiwan, it's going to be a bigger playing field. There's going to be more waves on offer, more opportunities. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go do that. Flip side is we get to go on a boat and find that many other waves with no one out around here.
Sure do. It's on.
So also happy to do that too. 4.17, still that best wave for this heat. So Momo, 2 good turns. Kira Buckpit just looked in a 2.43. That last one of Diane, a 2.57. So not really much in it, to be honest. It's pretty tight between first and second. Kira needs a 3.24 to get up into second place. She's sitting in third. And Alan, or Aura Zeflin, she needs a 3.67. Sister of Dylan and Jaden Wilcoxon. Part of that Kandui crew. Here we go. Big first turn for Alan. She's a strong goofy footer, just that wave not really matching the power. Affectionately known as Alan. Yeah, her real name is Aura Zeflin. Nickname Alan. Yeah.
Imagine growing up in the mental ice.
That'd be amazing.
Here she is on her backhand, hacking away. You just have no fear.
Oh, it wouldn't even... What is fear?
Some of the heavy duty waves they have around that playground region where all this gang comes from.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, isn't it?
And it's not just heavy wave-wise. The bottoms are sharp. Got unlike here, which is a very benign, pleasant cushion to bounce off.
Yeah, it's not so daunting as where they would have come. They come from as well. I mean, I've never been to the men's, but I'd love to go.
What?
I know. Yeah.
That's outrageous.
I know.
How?
It's on the bucket list.
How?
I don't know. I've just never been. I don't actually have an answer. I just haven't gone.
Well, you need to put that at the, like, that has
the top of the list.
Not bucket list, like, oh, I'll get around to it one day. Like, priority list.
Yeah, I should go.
Like, you should do it before you start thinking about, like, your Christmas shopping. So you got 2 months. Late season's great.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
The problem is I'm not really going to be home until Christmas.
Well, the Mets aren't home, so perfect.
/ have time. If I go, I want to actually make a proper
I'm hearing a lot of
trip of it.
excuses.
I know. Sorry. Workaholic.
Momo Sato. Yeah, but the reason we work in surfing is so that we can somehow wrangle trips to these kinds of places.
Next year.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll let you know the details.
There is nothing greater in surfing than being on a boat with a bunch of your mates for 10 days.
That'd be sick.
Sitting on deck, listening to music, talking rubbish, eating amazing food, a lot of it caught hours earlier, and then in between times, surfing your brains out. Stop it. Whoa! That's what happens when you grow up with no fear. You just happily parachute out of the sky on waves like that. How is there only 6.5 minutes left in this heat? Momo Sato in the lead with 4.17 and a 2.5. Diane Nagalo has a 3.1 and a 2.57. Aura Zeflin has a 4.2 two-wave total. She's tasting a 3.47 for the lead. And Kira Buckpitt, the top seed, has a 3.43 total to her name. And, well, scratch that. She's just dropped in a 3.83, so she's now moved up to second. So that sees Diane Nagalo with priority hunting a 3.17 and Aura Zeflin in fourth place with third priority looking to cash it in for a 4.06 with 6 minutes remaining.
Yeah, wow, it's going quick. Kira, that last one, 3.83, just off that one turn. It was smooth, it was strong. Shades of what we're used to seeing from Kira. She's surfing out here with a bit of a hectic knee brace on as well. So interested into what injury she has now. She's kind of had a bit of a tricky year in regards to injuries, doing both of her ankles, getting electrocuted. It was, yeah, hectic year.
Beg your pardon?
I know, yeah. Lots going on for Kira. We've got the ladies coming up next. Gia Lorenzen, Emily Burke, Shelame Ayona, and Nildy Blancada.
Can you run me through this electrocution that you just casually dropped into conversation?
Yeah. She, speaking of Kira, this was a 3.83. We'll come back to it, though. That was
Great turn.
Really strong, good turn. Just the one, so rewarded for it. And Aura just going absolutely over the falls. Yet,
and would have worn that wave behind on the head as well.
So scary. Oh. She's just like, I'm sweet. I'm not even stressed at all. 4.5 minutes. Smomo still out in front, courtesy of that 4.17. Looking to better a 2.5. Let's see what she can do. Kira Buckpitt needs a 2.85 to go to first. Diane with priority needs a 3.17. Alan needs a 4.06. Samomo driving through a good hard carve to start off. Just the wave selection letting her down a fair bit there. She's been surfing a lot of heats. Literally her whole time away, she's been away for events. ISA World Surfing Games, into the Japan Tahara Pro QS 6000, into the Challenger Series in Portugal and Brazil. That is crazy how many heats she's surfed in the last month and a bit, 2 months really. And it's paying off. Scores to lock in, looking to better a 2.5. 3.5 minutes to go. Here we go. She's up and riding once again. That's a better looking turn for Samomo Sato. Good second drive. She gets out of there. She's happy with that first connection, and fair enough. That was a solid, strong turn. We think back to that 8.5 of Sai Maniwa in that last heat. It was speed, power surfing. Shades of this. She was hunting for the barrel. It didn't quite happen. Good, strong opening turn for Samomo. Just on 3 minutes to go. Just under, really, and scores to lock in. Her previous to last a 2.33. She's got one more score to lock in. It's definitely going to better her position.
Priority is green, second priority is red.
Whoa, Kira
bang.
Buckpit.
Great turn from Kira. Backs it up again as well. So we just saw her get a 3.83 for one really strong turn. You imagine that a strong turn and a second supplementary will increase her two-wave tally. That was a great turn. And she's out of there. 2 minutes left on the clock. You'd think that's going to put her into the lead, but who's to say? What a beautiful day here in Siargao.
Yeah, it's lovely. Seeming like it's getting a little bit cleaner out there.
It was nice to see that angle looking away from the sun because, you know, front on like this, you can lose a bit of the colour. It gets a little bit washed out. But then that angle from the drone, have a look at that. That's what we're talking about when we say this place is pretty as a picture. It's the beautiful Cloud9 setup, the tower, the boardwalk, and then the beach, which is something out of a movie. Just palm trees and little beach bars and bean bags everywhere and backpackers galore. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's lovely. This is this is Tomomo's last wave. Doesn't go into the top two, but that last one to Kira Buckpit.
A 5.5. There we go. So she's in the lead with a minute to go. Sumumo Sato is chasing a 5.17. Diane Nagalo a 4.47 to jump up to second. And Aura Zeflin needs a 5.37. Here goes Diane. Fired off one big turn and then the wave kind of split in half. She took the high road and the high road ended up as a bit of a dead end. 35 seconds to go. I think that's those two swells. There's a north swell and an east swell, and we've seen that a lot where there's a kind of a wave in front or you get these ridges. Generally seems to be when I'm paddling into a wave that this ridge will appear and separate me from where I could possibly catch the wave. Yeah, 15 seconds to go. Looking like Kira Buckpit has turned it around with, beg your pardon, two waves in the last 5 minutes or so to jump up into the lead. As you'd expect, she's in the red jersey as the top seed. Momo Sato signing off second place with a toboggan ride silver victory lap, and here goes Kira Buckpit. That's one way to seal the deal, and she'll make her way through to the inside and through to the next round. Heat 6 is in the water. We're going to have a quick little break and bring you all of the action from the Siargao International Surfing Cup right after this.
Let's get started. Let's go.
There's one thing we all love to bits, it's a fresh spritz. A little bit of ice, juice is worth the squeeze. Now the magic elixir. Next up, a bit more citrus. Mint, agave. Hey, that is incredible.
Welcome back to the Siargao International Surfing Cup. Beautiful Cloud9 out in front of us here in the Philippines. We've got two Filipino surfers in the water, Nilby Blancada and Shlame Arjona, and two Aussies, Gia Lorenzen and Emily Burke. And this is the lady in blue opening up her account with some backhand work. And joining me in the booth is Di Wacko. Good morning, mate. How are you?
Good morning. Pretty good this morning. It's beautiful weather in Siargao. condition a bit different compared to the last 2 or 3 days. Still, there's plenty of opportunities to get good scores. We've seen 8 from Simon Niwa, so definitely it's showing that there's still plenty of opportunities out there.
So looking at the rankings right now, and it's pretty tight. It's just the top 4 on the Australia Oceania side and the top 3 in the Asian League, plus a wild card in each who qualify. So, whoa, it is so tight. Currently, Charlie Haitley is first, Lucy Dara second, Isla Huppert's third, and Paige Harab fourth. But once you factor in throwaways, we've still got this event and Taiwan. 2 big 6,000s still to come.
You know, these two will change whole situation in the ranking, both Oceanic and Asian tour ranking. So definitely these two are very important. But on screen we have surfing white, Shiramei up and riding, nice couple of turns and surfing all the way to the inside. It gets the bonus end section there. So that was surfer in white, Shiramei Ajona, our local surfer from Cloud9.
So just looking at the rankings on the Asian side of proceedings, and it is there are 3 Indonesians in the top 20, and then the rest are Japanese.
Yes.
Japanese ladies are a force. That's incredible.
But we have short window for only 3 of the ladies will go to the Challenger Series next year in the Asian Series. So not a lot of them can go to the Challenger Series. So these 2 events are very important because Kana Nakashio and Ano Matsuoka took out a win in the QS 6000 already. So pretty much one more spot remaining in the Asian women's side of the ranking.
So once we get through to the round of 32, we will bring in our top seeds. And that's a mixture of the 2 series. And it's names like Sarah Wakita, Anon Matsuoka, Willow Hardy, Minami Nanaka, Safi Vet, Charlie Stokes, Charlie Haitley, who's leading the rankings, and Paige Harab, the Kiwi. 35 years old, spent plenty of time on the championship tour, and she would be looking at her mate Sally Fitzgibbons, who's on track to re-qualify for the championship tour at 35. And
wow.
I think maybe I could do the same.
Amelie back up and riding. Nice first time, throwing back to sprays. Unfortunately, the wave didn't really offer too much after the first turn, so she kicks out. Probably it'll be a best score for her scoreline. We still have 18 minutes and 10 seconds to go in this heat. So last of blue comes in at a 2.43, and last of white comes in at a 2.83. So not many major scores locked in yet so far.
All right, this is Shlame Ajona on her backhand. One turn, gets the link up through to the inside and cracks it again. She abandons ship and will dislodge her point 3 from her scoreline and upgrade her 2-wave tally and put herself into the lead. But again, a bit of a sleepy affair so far. A tricky lineup to read over the past few days. There's been heats where it's clicked and the tide and the conditions have really turned on, and then there's been heats where things have gone the other way. It is a deceptively shifty lineup.
Right.
It's the only thing that makes surfing out there tolerable with a crowd is that you can sneak off to other parts of the pack of the peak and hopefully find a wave. It behaves differently, you know, whether it's on the inside or wider. But yeah, it is that's the reason why John Mark Takong's won this event 4 times. The local knowledge can't be underestimated. Speaking of winners, Kira Buckpitt just won the last heat, and we're going to have a chat with her right now.
Thank you so much, Binzi. Yeah, Kira, congratulations, a last-minute heat win.
Thanks, Drew.
Throwing you under the bus the last minute post-heat interview as well. We're having a chat and we're like, oh, we're ready. I mean, Kira, you're here in Cloud9. It's beautiful over here with your dad as well. A little bit of a rocky start to that one.
Yeah, that was a bit silly. I didn't really get much. I got 2 closeouts and then they're like, 10 minutes to go. I was like, probably should catch a wave now. But ended up just getting 2 little ones just to play it safe. But yeah, happy I made it through.
And that last wave was really good. I mean, it found like you were just finding your feet. You do have a knee brace on. So let's talk about this never-ending list of injuries that you have.
So I thought I'd add one more, hopefully one more, touch wood. But so the day I got home from Japan, I did a grade 2 MCL injury. But it's all right. Just wear the knee brace. It's a bit heavy, but should be right.
It's fine. Don't even worry about it. Kira as well. Is it your first time here in Cloud9?
Yeah, I've never been here before. It's a pretty cool place. It's like definitely going to come back here for a holiday. It's so nice. The people are so cool. Food's pretty good. Yeah.
Lots on offer. You're going into the round of 32, which may or may not be on today. Still yet to hear the call. But the last few days you've been watching the waves. What is something that you've kind of figured out about this wave here being your first time?
Definitely on the low. It peaks a bit more and it's pretty fat, but it's a sick wave. It's proper cooking. Like, you can't ask for any better.
Well, Kira, I know you have family at home and friends, I'm sure, that are watching you. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Thanks, Mum. I know you're hiding in the library now watching me, so thank you. And Kent from Southern Man for getting me here. I appreciate it heaps.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kira. We'll send it back to you guys.
Hiding in the library. I'm intrigued. I want to know everything now. Does her mum work in a library? What kind of a library? A book? a book library? A video library? Do they even still exist? Fascinating. She's going to have to get through another round so that we can interview her again and uncover just what's going on there. Hello, Mrs. Buckpitt, if you're tuning in.
So now we have blue in first with a 3.9 and a 2.43. We have white.
Last of blue comes in at 3.90. That put her into the lead. It's a slow heat, like you said. A few scores: 3.9 for blue and 3.5 for last of white. The green hasn't had a wave yet in this heat so far.
Yeah, Nilby Blancada, she's local from right here in town, so obviously decided she's going to sit and wait. She knows what she's looking for. She does have priority, and she's going to use it right now. Here she goes on her backhand. And unfortunately, that wave was a whole heap of not much, and she kicks it out of there.
Definitely it was not a wave that she was looking for, but still, there's still 30 minutes to go, heaps of time left.
Looking for a 2.84 to move into first. Here she goes.
Whoa, wild drop there from, was that Shalame Ahona? Proper window winding action as she stomped the landing. wasn't able to do much out of it, but there was definitely a moment of drama along the way.
This is the last of blue 3.90. That is
a great turn.
Great turns. Only one turn, but probably one of the best turn in this heat so far. 3.90 just for one turn, which is great.
And this is Gia Lorenzen. Big turn, but couldn't reconnect with the face. Meanwhile, out the back, is this Emily? Is that the blue jersey? So she's looking at upgrade a 2.43.
Yeah, you don't want to miss the first section. You know, it's the steepest part of the wave, but with that, you kind of need to find the wave that gives you 2 turns, not only 1 turn, to actually able to, you know, get into this heat. It seems like everyone's getting those waves that dies out a little bit.
Alright, this is the replay of Gia Lorenzen. She was going for the big wrench of a turn and just couldn't quite pull it back onto the face, so that'll be a minus score. All scores are in. With 11 minutes to go, Emily Burke is in the lead with a 3.9 and a 3. Shalame Ahona is in second, chasing a 3.41 for first. Gia Lorenzen has a pair of minus scores. He's currently chasing a 5.46 to get up to second. And Nilde Blancada, she's got 1 score of less than 1 point, and she's looking for a 5.76. So 3 threes, a 2, and 3 waves under 1 point. So far in this heat, heat 6, a round of 48. And that means 8 heats in total to run, so 2 more after this.
Looks like wide up and riding, but unfortunately nosedived from the takeoff. That's a really horror wave. She is currently in the second place, needing 3-4-1 to challenge herself into the lead. On screen we have Surfing Green getting ready. That would be Jade Magnin from France.
Well, it's definitely a sleepier ocean this morning. It's 8:30 local time. And, you can imagine there'll be a lot of eyes on the lineup figuring out what we're going to do with today.
On screen we have Jasmine Studa coming up in next heat 7. And Surfing wide up and riding, try to get the turn down. Unfortunately, goes down. She is currently in the second place, 3-4-1 to go into the first.
You now need a 3.41 to move into first. White, you now need a 3.41 to move into first. Red needs a 5.46.
For 8 minutes remaining in this heat. It is the sleepiest heat in this round so far this morning. Not many waves are ridden. not many major scores are locked in the scoreboard. But there's still 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go. So upcoming heat number 7. We have Jasmine Studa in red. On screen we have blue Hinata Shimizu from Japan. And in white, Kailani Johnson from Indonesia. And then in green, we have Jade Magnian from France. So that's going to be another great heat to watch. And then coming up in heat 8, we're going to see Shino Matsuda from Japan, Olive Hurdy from Australia, Natalie Fenson from Australia, and then Pinky Alipayo from the Philippines, our local surfers. And we'll be finishing up this women's round of 48.
So that's Kailani Johnson, Indonesian ripper, making her way out to the lineup. So Kailani and Jasmine will have surfed together a lot over the years in Indonesia. Jade Mangian is a French surfer, but she's been living, I think she's been spending a lot of time in Australia and on the Gold Coast, and has decided to compete in the Asian region.
Great surfing from Gia. Good combination of two front side curves and turns. So probably, definitely, it'll be her best score in this heat so far. Needing a 5.46 to go into the second. So this is a last of red. Nice looking wall ahead of her. A nice first curve to start with. And get into the nice curve again. Waves dies out a little bit, but definitely great combination from Gia Lanston.
And this is Shlame on her backhand. So we're waiting on scores for Gia, and that wave we just saw for the surfer in white. Can't imagine that will go into her top two. Gia Lorenzen, a 4.1 for her last wave, so that brings her back into the picture. She's now chasing a 2.23 to get up to second.
And green needs a 5.86.
2.8 would see her move into the lead.
So that was a nice wave for red, a 4.1.
4 minutes 25 to go. Really need someone to break into the +5 range to put this one beyond doubt. We haven't seen too many 5+ waves this morning. Taylor Green got a pair of them, and that's why she advanced in Heat 3. Miller Brown had a 6, and that led her to the next round, but it was Sai Manawa with an 8.5 in that heat who did all the damage. And then Kira Buckpitt in the last heat had a 5.5, and that's why she won the heat. So, yeah, so far this morning we've just seen a handful of waves over 5 points. Three and a half minutes to go. Can Emily Burke hang on? She'd love to get rid of that 3 from her scoreline and extend her lead. Shalame Ahona got a 2.93 for her last wave. She needs a 3.41 for first. Gia Lorenzen just chasing a 2.33, but just is not that easy.
Well, here
this
goes.
Morning. Here goes the lady in red, and that's not going to be the 2.33 she's after, but still 3 minutes remaining.
Very important wave for Jill Lanston, but unfortunately goes down, needing 2.33 to go into second place with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. There's still time and only needing a small score. This is the last replay of the last red. Couldn't quite set the rail in and goes down. So she needs to go back out and try to get one more wave to get the requirement. First priority with Emily Burke and second priority with our local surfer Nildi Blancata, needing 5.86. Pretty big score. Has to be one of the best score in this heat.
2 minutes. That's the yellow flag on the corner of the tower that lets the surfers know it's inside the last 5 minutes. You can see the priority board on the front of the judging tower as well, clearly indicating that blue, Emily Burke, has first priority, and she's cashed it in just there, did she? Yep, so Emily looking to upgrade her 3. Gia Lorenzen on the hunt for a 2.33 with 90 seconds to go.
While time is ticking for Gia Lorenzen and Nildi Blancata. Gia needs 2.33 inside. She's up and riding first turn, and definitely she needs to get one more turn in. Unfortunately, couldn't quite put one more turn in, needing 2.33. So will that wave be the requirement for Gia Lorenzen? 50 seconds to go in this heat. And at the back, nearly up and riding, needing a 5.86. Surfing all the way to the inside. And there's steeper section, but kicks out here. And
35 seconds to go. The last score for Gia Lorenzen was a 1.5, not enough. She's still chasing a 2.33 with 30 seconds left on the clock. Good thing here is it's small lineup. You can get back out, or you can pick up an inside wave. But time's in very short supply. 15 seconds to go. And I think that might be the end of Top Seeds campaign here.
3, 2, 1.
And there it is. So Gia Lorenzen currently sitting 11th on the Australian QS rankings. Not be happy with that loss. All right, as we see some beautiful scenes of Siargao from above, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more action from Cloud 9 at the Siargao International Surfing Cup right after this quick break.
You took my heart and me.
Record revenues from regulated gaming has boosted PAGCOR's social responsibility efforts, bridging gaps in the government's education, healthcare, disaster response, and national security programs. A solid proof that when gaming is properly regulated, it becomes a powerful engine for nation building.
This is for everyone who made it happen. The surfers, ocean lovers, and locals of Siargao. Together, we fundraised and built mooring lines around the island so boats can anchor safely without harming our coral reefs. What began as a small act of care grew into something beautiful, a community effort to care for the sea we all share. Follow Adopt a Mooring Line to learn more and be part of a global effort to protect our reefs.
SDMI Sports. World-class sports management made in the Philippines.
How? Oh, mate. I just went for a drive. Surf is cooking, bruh. Wind's gone offies. Swell's starting to pulse. You all fueled up? It's you and me, man. We're going to get cane today. Yeah, let's go,
welcome back, everyone. This is Siargao International Surfing Cup QS 6000 event. We are now into women's round of 48, heat number 7. We have Jasmine Studer in red, Hinata Shimizu in blue, Kailani Johnson in white, Jade Magnian in green. I am Dai in the booth with Jessie this morning. How are you?
Good. How are you, Dai?
Straight up, Kailani is up and riding. Couple of turns on the smaller waves. You know, it's just good to start quick.
Definitely.
In this kind of condition.
Definitely. We've actually just had a call, so we are going to finish the day with these 2 heats here. So Kailani finding a really nice shaped wave here. Felt like potentially missing a big opportunity on that first outside section, but she's got 2 waves in nice and quick here.
Nice job from Kailani Johnson. You know, like this condition, it's been really, really sleepy last heat. You know, there's not many opportunities out there, so that means you need to keep yourself really busy and just catch as many as you can, and you find out the rest. And then that was Jasmine stood up and riding on her backhand. She had a great year this year at a Padang Cup a couple months back.
Yeah, took the win.
Took the win.
Pretty cool. She's still super young, so 16 years old. She's having a great year on the juniors, actually currently 4th on the Asia junior rankings. So all of that to be decided very soon on who is going to go to the World Juniors back here in the Philippines at the start of next year.
And in the Philippines again, so we're going to have 3 WSL events in about 6 months' time. First one, obviously, Siargao, Cloud9. And then we're going to be coming back here at Balea after the Taiwan QS 6000. And then we're going to be coming back. Where do we have World Junior?
In La Union.
La Union.
Yeah, so it's a really cool right-hand point break. About a 5-hour drive from Manila, so on the same main island in Manila, and it's actually a bit of a hot spot. A lot of the big Manila celebs head over to La Union for their weekend.
Oh, so it's a luxury.
Yeah, it's like a luxury area. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Jasmine up and riding. Nice first turn to start with. A nice couple turns. So probably the first time was very good. Good turn with a lot of sprays throwing out. And after that, couple of turns down. So it's going to be a good number for Jasmine Studer to start her campaign.
Yeah, so Jasmine as well had a 5th over in Omazaki.
Yes.
In the QS 2000 over there. And even though it's a 2000, obviously there's big points on the line here of being a QS 6000, but a 5th place there, it's actually really good points. It's handy for the rankings.
I gotta say, if you make the quarters and came 5th, then that'll be a keeper point for the ranking. Definitely. Even it's in the QS 2000. So definitely she's having a great year on QS and as well as in the juniors.
Yeah, so Jazz, she's definitely one to watch. We're going to get a replay here of this last wave, so I love this first section. She really just opens up, whips through this backhand, gets a nice carve as well, and just found one of these ones where it gave her multiple sections. So 3 turns there for Jazz Studer. So she's going to go to the lead there. It's a 4-point ride. So we've seen 4s really come into play all morning this morning.
Definitely. The high 3s are actually the keepers today, and if you get high 4s and high 5s, then definitely you'll get through this heat. You get this heat today. And we have Hinata Shimizu in this heat as well. I think yesterday in the last heat, unfortunately, her twin sister got knocked out in an earlier round, heat number 2 yesterday. So probably she's here at the tower cheering her sister.
Twin sister?
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea.
They've been traveling together for the last 2 years on tour.
Oh my gosh. I never knew they were twins. Wow. Here we go, Jade Magnian. So represents France, hometown at Capriton, but elects the Oz region to compete through and qualify for the Challenger Series. Straight out is Kailani Johnson. Now, That's a good looking first turn here for Kai.
Wow, great surfing from Kailani Johnson. And at the back, Hinata Shimizu up and riding. 清水ひなた選手、素晴らしいカービングターンから、そしてインサイドまでもう一発入れてつなげてきています。本日はこのラウンドのヒート8まで行っていく予定です。Wow, that was a great exchange between Hinata and Kailani. It's gonna be we're curious what they're gonna get for the last wave.
So are they twin sisters?
Yes, they are
Identical.
Twin sisters. And
wow.
Well, on screen we have a replay of last green. Nice carve to start with, but nothing really after that. This is the last of white. Love the first turn and straight into the second. So nice combination from Kailani. And at the back we have Hinata up and riding. But yeah, they are twin sisters, and I am still struggling to reach.
Tell them apart. I love that. I never knew that they were identical. Honestly, that is really cool. When was the last time we had identical twin sister surfers? Is it
Hobgood?
Oh yeah, but brothers.
Yeah, they're the brothers.
I'm thinking identical twin sisters.
Oh.
Audrey and Grace Diamond Lane. Yeah, so they were from the Gold Coast, and they both rip. One goofy, one natural. Back into this one though, so Kai, she's swinging again. So got a nice turn in. So she's keeping super busy right now. She's currently leading the heat. So all scores locked in here, Di.
Right, last wave for white comes in at a 3.33. And second wave for Jasmine Studa comes in at a 4.0. That is the best score of this heat so far. So situation now is Kailani in first, Jasmine in second, Hinata in third, needing 1.64 to go into second place. The last of blue comes in at a 3.27, and Jade now in fourth place, needing 2.81 with 15 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Seems like, you know, this heat, there's a lot of waves coming through, and people are trying to get as many waves as they can.
Yeah, we've actually, I was saying before, we've had a call. So this will be the second last heat of the day. So we're going to run and finish the round of 48 of the women. And then we're going to go off. We're going to call it a day. The event organisers deciding that, you know, they want to see a little bit more on the conditions, especially when we run the top seeded round of the women. So that round of 32. So we're going to have a very short day today, Di. We can see replay here of Jazz Studer. That's a great second turn here. So we had a bit of a flurry right now. So Jade Magnian got this done as well.
Nice first carve. Unfortunately, catching the rail. Goes down. And as we have a little break in action, we're going to go head over to Binzi with the last heat winner.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Down here with Emily Burke. And you've waited 4 days to finally get in the water. What have you been killing your time with?
Kind of just exploring a little bit. To be honest, I don't really know. Surfing, went out to Rock Island, and yeah, been fun.
What's it been like watching all of these heats? Have you been trying to sneak out to Cloud9 where you can to get familiar?
Yeah, for sure. Been doing the early mornings and late arvos, and yeah, felt nice to just have it with 3 others out.
Slightly grindy conditions. Does that put you off at all, or does it change your approach? How do you go about it?
No, not really. Just sort of working out the lineup with no one out was sort of the main thing, and yeah, it was. I mean, it's still so fun out there. Like, yeah.
There's way more push, and it's a far bigger lineup than you might expect, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's sort of 2 peaks, and yeah, getting to work out where they are. Bit tricky with no one out, but yeah.
And who are you travelling with at the event?
Travelling with Nixie and Zane. Yeah.
You guys having fun?
Yeah, it's been really fun.
It's a pretty good place. All right. Well, you're through to the next round, so enjoy your time off, and hope you get some more waves before then.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, back up to you guys in the box.
Thank you so much, Binzi and Emery. Congrats for getting through this heat and into round of 32, the top seeded round.
And you can see this final heat of the day. Olympian on your screen right now, Shino Matsuda.
Shino Matsuda is on screen. She is very focused. As you know, she's an Olympian, but she's kind of not struggling, but she's having a hard time to get a good result in the QS 6000 after the Paris. So she's very focused in surfing, practicing.
She looks strong.
Really strong.
Very strong. She's got working with Takesh in her corner, who is not only just an incredible human being, he's acting as a bit of a life coach to her, helping her as well, just figuring out her body, getting her just to the best possible form that she can be. So pretty cool guy to have in your corner.
Definitely. They met, well, they knew each other probably like a while now, but they actually met a couple months ago in Japan. And well, on screen we have last wave from blue. 清水ひなた、いい波を乗ってきました。一発大きなターンを入れてインサイドまでつなげていきます。小さめの波ながらいくつかターンを入れることができました。
So a bit of action going down. That last wave, a 3.6 for, 3.6 for Hinata. So she goes to the lead now. Jazz Studer down to second. She's up and running again here.
清水選手、先ほどのライディングで1位になっています。そして立て続けに波に乗ってきた。2ターンアクションしてきます。2ターン目はこれは前に出てこれないですが、1ターン目大きなスプレーを飛ばしてきました。残り時間11分30秒を切っています。 Another great surfing from Hinata Shimizu. This is a replay of Last of Red. Jasmine Tudor, nice first turn, goes vertical for the second turn and kicks out. That was a great combination. And this is a Last of Blue, nice first turn, powerful off the top, throwing bucket sprays, and it gets this end section. Unfortunately, it didn't ride out of it, but beautiful first turn from Hinata Shimizu. Currently in the lead with 3.60 and 3.27.
Yeah, so Jazz Studer, the young Indonesian surfer, with the high mark of this heat. So a 4-point ride, so nothing super crazy going down right now. It's really close between all four surfers. 3 of the 4, they're total in that 6-point range. So Jade Magnian looking to get herself something of substance here and really start to shake up this heat, considering she's now down in 4th place, has this first priority. And then you can see on your screen Pinky Alapayo, one of the many Alapayo talented surfers in that family. She came up against her auntie Angie Alapayo in her opening round heat. And obviously we all know and love Filma Alapayo, just such a powerhouse and a well-known guy around these parts of the world. So she'll be coming up next in the last heat of the day. 6 heats. That's it. We've got a 6-heat day. Very short.
Wow, very, very short compared to the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Yes. But, the conditions, there's still opportunities out there, but definitely, you want to see all the top city surfers on the good condition. And tomorrow looks like it's going to be a great condition.
Yeah, definitely. Potentially, we've got a longer period swell from a better direction, and the winds a bit lighter than what we're seeing today. So tomorrow should definitely be pretty fun conditions, and then that carries on for the rest of the week. So we're not really going to see it really crank up into that 4 to 5 foot mark unless something drastic happens, and as far as the forecast is saying at the moment. So we're going to be looking for fun conditions for the rest of the week, and we're actually ploughing through the rounds. We don't have too many more to roll through.
Right, so top seeded rounds will be 8 heats, and the men's 32 will be 8 heats. So like you said, not many heats.
No, not many to go at all. We've got the 2 8 heats in the round 32, then 4 heats in the round of 16 for both the men and the women, and then we roll on to finals day, quarters, semi-finals.
Wow.
It's not much at all, Di. We've ploughed through a lot of competition these last 2 days. We've really made the most of that first swell that we knew we were going to have as we came into Cloud 9. And when we watched that highlight reel of yesterday, it just showed that we had some really great waves yesterday.
Definitely. We are super lucky enough to have great days for day 1, 2, and 3. And we've done a lot of heats. And we we've watched a lot of great heats for the last 3 days, and then now we are over the halfway through, and then we are now great days, and we're gonna have a short day today, and probably rest a little bit, and be ready for the big days of actions for tomorrow.
Here we go. Paddling into this one. This is Hinata tucking in. Unfortunately, went a little high in her line there.
That was a great wave, great choice, and great line to take actually. 清水選手、これは大きな波に乗ってきた中部に入ってきますが、少しハイラインに引っ張られてしまったか、リップに巻き上げられてしまいました。So with the 7 minutes and 10 seconds in this heat, Hinata Shimizu is currently in the lead with 3.60 and 3.27. Jasmine Tsuda in second, 4.0, which is the best heat score of this heat, and 2.77. Kailani now needs 3.45, and Jade now needs 4.67.
Yeah, so super low scoring heat so far. There was a bit of an opportunity on that last one there for Hinata, but this is that same topic we keep coming back to. Sometimes you don't get the experience you're really hoping for in those free surfs to be able to know what line you need to be drawing in those really sucky barrels. So yeah, Hinata, it's great experience for her though to be able to find one of those ones and try and hold her line.
Definitely.
As we see Jazz Studer here, a bit deflated in her body language. It's just really short walls with this east swell today.
You have to pick the right ones, otherwise the wave just, they don't really cooperate today. You know, gives you only one section or probably no section to hit. So wave selection is the point, but on screen we have Jade up and riding, but quick in and out, needing 4.67, which is pretty big score for this kind of condition. I would say feels like it's like a 6. You're hitting a 6.
I agree. It's a big score in the context of what we've seen today. Jade waited a long time for that wave, used up her first priority. You can see the last of Kailani, unfortunately, just that one turn, the board getting away from her there. So, and no one really doing anything crazy in this heat so far. We're waiting for someone to really grab it and run with it, you know. So 5 minutes 20 to go. Hoping that we see something pretty special, but definitely I'd say a good call by the event directors to call it off this morning.
Definitely great call, always. You know, because we have better condition tomorrow, better wind, better swell direction. So yeah, definitely great call.
You can see right now we are just still got this incoming tide. So we've got a high tide mark at 9:30. So this, in about 30 minutes time, will be swarming with QS surfers. I feel like it'll be a pretty hard break to be able to surf today. Probably pretty flat out with those last round of 32 competitors in both the men and the women. And maybe the ones who got knocked out early wanted a bit of redemption with Cloud9.
Definitely, it's going to be packed as soon as the event finishes today. But, you know, it's still 9 in the morning. There might be a window with less people out there today.
So 4 minutes to go. Paddle from deep here for Jazz Studer. Section to work with. Puts it on rail. She's looking for more down the line here. So she's going to slash it a couple times, keep this board moving. That's a better looking turn here for Jazz. And again, so she's really milking this one all the way through. It's a long wave. She's going to get one more section. So got some nice turns done there, Dai.
Definitely, that was the best wave of the heat so far. It just, you know, that wave just providing all the way to the inside. Let's take another look. Airdrop the takeoff, but managed to put one good turns in out the back, and just, you know, surfing all the way through the inside beautifully. And here comes another section to hit, and she hit it in the right section, and it's still going, and it gets a bonus turn here inside. So that was a great surfing and great wave from Jasmine Studer.
We saw it at the back as well, Jade Magnian getting a piece of the action here too. Unfortunately, that back foot just slipping off, so a bit of an awkward fall there for our French surfer. So just under 3 minutes, waiting on this last score for Jazz to come in. She was chasing a 2.87 to move up in the lead. We're pretty sure it'll go there, and it comes in. You're right, Di. Best wave of the heat. It's a 4.5.
Wow, that put her straight into the lead with a 4.50 and 4.00 with a 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So now Hinata in second, needing 4.90 to go into the lead. Kailani now needs 3.35, which is not a big score, but the time is ticking. Jade now needs 4.77.
Yeah, so 2 minutes 20. Still waiting for this heat to ramp up, but it's not a reflection on the surfing. It's more so just the conditions that we have here this morning. So let's see if we can see one of those big moments like we saw from Sai Manua earlier this morning with that excellent score of the 8.5.
That was a great ride and a great technique and a great wave, actually. It just held and keep on giving for her. Just walls are there and she hit it right time and right place.
It gave us hope that we were going to have pretty good conditions and potentially would have rolled through the round of 32 for the men or the women, but we've called it off here. Conditions slightly deteriorating. Hinata here.
清水ひなたアップしてきました。このライディングで 4.90 をスコアすると1位のポジションに上がってきます。素晴らしい一発目でしたが、その後波が続かず、残り時間1分30秒を切っています。この後のヒート8をもって今日のスケジュールが終了となります。With 1 minute and 20 seconds to go, Hinata got a wave. Great first time. Unfortunately, there's not much to offer after that. On screen, no takers on this one. It's a stressful moment for white and green. A minute to go in this heat.
So Kailani with that first priority has all the power she needs to try and get this 3.55 that she's chasing. 50 seconds to go. She's going to have to force it on a smaller wave and try and click with it one big section or click nicely with two. She's definitely got the talent for it. She's going to have a look here, decide she doesn't like the look of that one. So 35 to go here, Di. In the ocean, taking a moment.
Right, very stressful moment, especially when you have a first priority and a second priority and there's no wave coming for them. There's 20 seconds, and like you said, you know, threes and fours, you can do it with one turn probably if it's big. And at the back, wide up and riding, important wave, big one turn. It's a one turn finish, but needing 3.55. Wow. What do you think?
It was a nice turn. It was sharp in the pocket, threw a lot of water out the back. It's definitely around that ballpark.
Right.
It's definitely in the realm. It could challenge for that 3.55. It was a nice big single maneuver, but we're just going to have to wait and see.
So that's the end of this heat, number 7 of round of 48 women's. We are still waiting for the last of white. So this is a last replay of the last of white. What did you think?
I really liked it. It was one nice hit. Had a lot of water coming back towards her there for Kailani. I see it being in and around that score, but the judges could potentially prefer the two turns that we saw from Hinata's 3.6.
Right, so
it's got to be on par with that. And thinking about that, I'm feeling like it's not on par with Hinata's two-turner.
A couple scores locked in, 2.90, so not enough for Kailani. It looks like Jasmine Studer and Hinata Shimizu moving into the next round, and we're gonna go to the quick break and we'll be coming back with the heat number 8, the last heat of the day.
Let's go.
The 29th Siargao International Surfing Cup QS 6000 is proudly hosted by the municipality of General Luna Siargao and the province of Siargao del Norte.
This is the smoothie I've been waiting all day for. I'm going to start with a couple bananas and then mixed berry frozen blend, my favourite. Bonsoy almond milk and heaps of peanut butter. Nice little bit of coconut to finish off. Get that in ya.
And we are back with the last heat of the day for the Siargao International Surfing Cup. It is heat number 8 of the women's round of 48. Shino Matsuda is out there, Olive Hardy, Natalie Fensom, and Pinky Alapeo. What a great heat to end the round of the women's round of 48 and also end the day. The 6-heat day, it was a pretty nice surprise. Honestly, we had a little bit of a later start and only 6 heats. We are hoping to make the most of the best conditions over the next 4 days of competition. Hopefully tomorrow we will see the best of the women, the top seeded surfers in the round of 32 make their way out into the lineup. I'm True Starling, joined in the booth with my younger sister Jessie Starling. And Jessie, it's been a great 4 days of surfing so far. Today we might even get a wave.
We're going to get a wave.
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get some ocean hours in right now. Great looking takeoff here for Olive Hardy, our West Australian. 2 turns there. So Olive, we're going to hang on for the finish. I feel like that was definitely a finish. She held on for long enough there. So Olive with a score. And we also got a wave, just a small score to lock in for Nat Fenson. But yeah, Olive, she's kind of decided to take on the Challenger Series in the last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is her first year having a full crack at it. And I absolutely love this competitor that she's becoming. You know, she is just so all in. And she just absolutely backs herself into every situation, and I love it.
Yeah, she really does. I feel like, you know, she's from West Oz, her big sister Willow Hardy on the Challenger Series, and Olive is just making a path for herself right now. She's been really confident in all of these QS events. A 4.43 is what she started off with in this heat. Saw her dad, Jean, walking out with her before. I think their mum, Sunny, is here as well. So a bit of a family affair for the Hardys. Willow is going to be coming up in heat number 6 of the women's round of 32, which will probably be on tomorrow, which she'll be excited for. She's been waiting 4 days to surf a heat, but right now her task is to cheer on and support her younger sister Olive. Nat Fensom is from Newcastle, part of that Merryweather clan. She actually had she won the trials to get into the Newcastle Challenger Series and made a couple of heats in that Challenger Series as well. A few buzzer beater moments for Nat Fensom. She travels pretty closely with Eden Hassan at these QS events, which we saw him had a really great heat yesterday. Shino Matsuda, 2024 Olympian from Japan, traveling here with Takesh, who is a body movement specialist, helping make sure that she gets her body, dialed for these events. I mean, QS 6000s, there's 2 back-to-back. You need to pour everything into your mental, into your body, your nutrition, all the above.
Also a bit of just a mindset coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a life coach and spent a lot of time working with John and got some really cool insights from his time spent there, and is just applying that to now this next generation, helping them try and get through, you know, break through some barriers, just break down some walls that potentially have gone up. So yeah, we're going to keep our competitors just moving on through it and getting better and better each time.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. That was Pinky Alapeo getting her first wave in this heat. 25-minute heats, of course. I mean, it has gotten a little bit better than expected, I feel like, throughout the day, but we're just not quite happy with the conditions and gone, you know what, we're expecting it to be better tomorrow, so we're going to wait and we're going to hold off for the round of 32 for both the men and women and hopefully get them in the best conditions possible. 1.5 for Pinky's first wave, 0.33 for Nat, just a quick in and out. So Shino has that first priority, and Shino's a charger. She's not scared.
No, one of our Olympian surfers in the draw this year, went over there to Chopu, put in heaps of time. Probably the scariest wave in the world, and to qualify for the Olympics is such a massive achievement. But then to learn how to tame the beast of Chopu on top of that, and then compete on what is one of the highest stages in the entire world, is absolutely incredible. It's a real testament to the person and competitor that Shino Matsuda is. She is all in, and I just would love to see her keep rolling through to those high stages like the Challenger Series. She's got such a great vertical attack on her back end, one of the strongest goofy footers coming out of that Asia region. So just trying to get through these QS 6000s. Hasn't had a great result this year, so looking for her first. We obviously go back-to-back QS 6000s from here, straight into Taiwan, and then we come back to the Philippines for another Asia QS. It's a 4000. So in the next 5 weeks, there is a lot of points. There is 16,000 points on the line for Asia surfers to try and rack up.
That's huge. That is a massive amount of points. It's pretty crazy what that could do for a Challenger Series campaign for the Asian surfers. It's top 5 plus a wild card, or top 4 plus a wild card for the women. So it's important to really capitalize on those amount of points. 6,000 points here, 6,000 points in Taiwan, and then the Asia region also has a QS 4,000 coming up in Belair straight after. This is live action though. Shino Matsuda driving off the bottom into a good first turn. This wave starting to fatten out a little bit, so just that one good section that Shino capitalizes on, but good way to start off.
Great way to start off there for Shino. So just trying to build the confidence here. 8 minutes is a long time to sit and wait, especially with the short periods where we've got lots of waves rolling on through. This is going to be the last heat of the day. So super short day today. We've got a lot of time up our sleeve now. Obviously this low tide starting to roll on through to the early mornings. Softer wave there for Shino, but it's a confident starter.
Yeah, it is a confident starter. A 3.33 is what Shino locks in, and someone who had a pretty confident heat in that last one. Jasmine Studer taking out heat number 7. She's down there to have a chat with Daiwaiko.
Right, it was a kind of tricky heat compared to the last couple of days. Different condition and different story. But how was it? How was the condition?
The waves are really peaky. I think it's coming in a different swell direction, so there's not a lot of wall in the face. But yeah, I'm happy to get the job done, and I'm super stoked.
Right. To me, in the heat, you kind of know what kind of wave you need to get, and you are on this good waves. But did you know what kind of wave you want to get in the heat?
Yeah, so in the free surfs recently, I haven't been able to catch the waves I wanted, but I was able to kind of look at what waves were best and kind of use that as like my plan for the heat.
Right, and now you're in the first place, and now you're moving into the run of 32. But we're off today, and we're gonna have a big day off rest of the day. So how are you gonna spend the rest of the day preparing for tomorrow's action?
I'm really hungry, so I'll probably go have breakfast. I woke up at 5 and I haven't had breakfast yet. And I might go for a free surf later, maybe on the low tide. Hopefully no one's out. And yeah, kind of just get well rested and prepared for tomorrow.
All right. Lastly, is there anything you'd like to say to your friends, family, supporters back home?
I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been supporting me here. It's been a really fun trip. I want to say hi to my mom and my sister watching from back at home. And yeah, hopefully just keep the ball rolling.
All right. Thank you so much, and good luck in the next heat. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Di. That is Olive Hardy up and riding on another one. Yeah, Jasmine, she's had a pretty successful year already, taking out the Rip Curl Penang Cup, which is pretty incredible. She actually came out in the boat with us the other day to Rock Island, and she was saying, yeah, that was a successful free surf session to just get myself back into catching a couple of waves, doing some turns, because sometimes it is tricky to catch waves out here at Cloud9, but she got the job done.
Yeah, she definitely did. So It was a bit of a grinding heat, that last one, kind of similar to what we're seeing in this one so far. We've got that big high mark right now, that 5.67 for Natalie Fensom. But Olive Hardy just goes to the lead. Her last wave was a 2.83. So 4.43 and a 2.83. Got our two Aussie surfers out there. Pinky Alapaya, a little bit quiet in this heat so far, though. It's a 1.5. She's chasing for more. She's trying to fly the Filipino flag straight through to the round of 32. So she's chasing a 4.51 at this point in time, but the backup score of Natalie being a 0.33. You see that requirement moving higher as soon as Nat stands on her feet again. So 13.5 to try and really start to ramp up these scores right now for Sheena and Pinky.
Yeah, they really need to get themselves into a good position. These heats go really fast. We're almost halfway down. So Sheeno needs to lift just a fraction, and that just means by getting yourself on the best waves. I feel like if you're on the good waves that offer those good 2 turns, you're in a really great position to get those good scores. I actually saw Sai Maniwa while I was walking on the boardwalk, and I was like, Sai, that 8.5 was legit. And she was like, yeah, it was just a wave. And I was like, no, it was you too. Like, you absolutely ripped it apart. But I do think that the waves actually allow the canvas for the surfers to go, yeah, I'm going to do some big blasts on this. And Sheena, she's such a powerful surfer. I feel like once that wave comes through, she'll open up.
Definitely. So Sheeno right now has 12 minutes 40 and first priority. So you can see they're all sitting out there waiting for that next set wave to really roll on through, capitalize on it. But we have seen it time and time again, this event, that sit and wait strategy really come to bite people just at the end of the heats there. So she just wants to make sure she's not being over selective, because if you can get a 5 out there today, it's a great score.
Jessie, what was your favourite way to approach a heat? Is it a sit and wait or a catch heaps of waves?
No, I would always lose if I sat and wait. Always. And then the heats that I did sit and wait and I lost, I'd be like, well, it doesn't work for you, Jessie. So I loved to get a wave right at the start and just start to take the pressure off, at least just stand up on my feet, get the old feet in the wax.
Yep.
And then I would just try and build from there where I could. But
Love that.
I felt like the sit and wait just builds pressure, personally, for me, because then my mind would just start ticking.
No, agreed, yeah. I've got way too much head noise to sit and wait.
Sheeno, big turn.
Oh. Well, she's opting to get out of that sit and wait territory, but that one unfortunately not paying off for Sheeno Matsuda. She's got obviously big backhand blast like we've been saying, but that one just not paying off, so she needs to really get herself back into this heat. It's saying that she only needs 2.68, but it's at 5.67, and that Fensom, which is really setting her aside in this heat, a 4.43, the second best way for Olive Hardy. The two Aussies just getting themselves out in front right now. They've been waiting 4 days. This is the 4th day of competition. They've been waiting a fair while to surf. It would be really tricky to be just watching perfect waves roll through and you're thinking, oh, am I going to be on today? Nope. What about today? Not today. So it's constantly back and forth between am I going to surf, am I not going to surf. We have no more heats after this. This is the last heat of the day. 6 heats of surfing today. We're hoping to get the best of the conditions tomorrow. It's looking like it's going to get a little bit better. Just over 10 minutes to go. And I don't know too much about Pinky Alapeo, but she's part of that really strong Alapeo family.
Yes, so niece of Angie Alapeo, they came up against each other in the opening round heats yesterday that we saw for the ladies. So got to get the win on her auntie, Angie. Obviously, Angie, a big part of the community as well, owns a restaurant around here called Katangan Fried Chicken, so CFC, which everyone knows and loves. So if you're in the area, head down to CFC, start to support some of these local businesses around here. We obviously have Happy Islanders just across the road from the comp site, owned by Filmar Alapio.
Yep.
So a lot of the Alapio family have businesses around here, and it's really cool to see. Right now though, Nat Fensom clicks with this first section. That's a big turn. She's going to take that one all the way back to the power source here. So Nat dropping that 0.33 very easily with that one.
Yeah, absolutely. She's going to go straight up into the lead. Only needs a 1.59. Good, strong first turn. Her boards are obviously really responsive. She's got some great equipment under her feet, the LSDs. Luke Short shaping Nat. Some really great equipment. 3.43 locks in for Nat Fensome. She goes up into the lead. Olive Hardy down in second. Needs a 4.68 to go back up into the lead. Shino Matsuda looking for a 3.94. And Pinky Alapeo chasing a 5.76. She's only got that one wave of a 1.5. Got 8.5 minutes to go. So let's see what Pinky and Shino can do in the back 8 minutes of this heat. Pinky holding first priority, so she's got the pick of the lineup. She's obviously a local here, so she knows the best waves, the best opportunities to come through. It's a little bit trickier out there today, and a lot of the locals don't usually surf Cloud 9 unless it's, good, and usually it's good all the time. I just feel like today, just having a little bit of a moment.
Yeah, there's too much. It's just a straight east swell, so we don't have that north in the swell that's really got to pivot it in and straight into what creates those really perfect barrels.
Yeah.
So it's basically running straight past. So from your screen, it's running from right to left, and that's what's making these short tapered walls. You can see though, every now and then there's a wave with a bit of north in it that almost looks like a closeout, but allows for one big move, just like that one from Olive Hardy.
Yeah, how was that? That was powerful. You could see the aggression in Olive Hardy's surfing, and really incisive. So scores to lock in for that last one turner. I think it'd be a pretty good score because it was just huge, had so much speed, so ticked a lot of boxes. She needs a 4.68 to go to first. We'll see. We've seen scores go pretty high for one turn. When we have a look at it, we'll be able to dissect it a little bit more. I mean, 7 minutes to go. It seems like Nat and Olive are just slowly creeping further and further out in front.
Yeah, they're really starting to get a hold on this heat. Shino having a look here. Great bowl ahead of her. She'll get a 2 for 1, but is a little late to the party there. So got some nice work done through a bunch of water, but unfortunately, potentially an opportunity missed there.
Yeah, definitely a big opportunity missed for Shino Matsuda. There was a question mark there whether she could have done a quick float out into the flats. On the Asia Series rankings, well, we'll come back to that because that was a really strong turn, a 4.67 for Olive Hardy. So she remains in second. She edges out a little bit further of Shino Matsuda and Pinky Alapeo. Shino needs a 5.77. Pinky chasing a 7.6. Shino, she's currently sitting 8th on the Asia QS rankings right now. So she's looking to get up into that top 4 spot for the women to qualify for that ever sought out Challenger Series surfer. I feel like Shino is a Challenger Series surfer, but right now it's just the consistency that's kind of letting her down a little bit in regards to the results that she's had in these events. We've got quite a few surfers to get through. There's some big heats that are lining up for the women's round of 32. Nat Fensome and Olive Hardy booked half a ticket to get themselves into that round. 5.5 minutes to go in the last heat of the day. Nat Fensome out in front, Olive Hardy in second. They're actually on the very same scores, 9.1, but it's just because Nat has a full 5.67 is that she's a little bit further out in front.
Yeah, she's looking sharp. She's looking really good at Nat Fensome. Obviously had a pretty cool start to the year, so she won the Newcastle Surfers, the Challenger Series trials, went on and to compete in her first Challenger Series event ever, the first one of the year so far, came away with a 25th, so actually had a last minute buzzer beater, knocked out a pretty big name on the Challenger Series, Zoe Benedetto, and now is just kind of craving to get back there. I feel like we didn't really see Nat too much in the QSs until this year. I feel like she got a taste of the Challenger Series and is going, I want more.
She's thinking, hang on a minute.
That was fun.
Yeah, I can do that. I can make, and I feel like you get one opportunity in the Challenger Series, you make heats and you go,
Oh my gosh.
I'm actually in the mix here.
Yeah, I've made heats on the Changers. Put me back. Get me back there.
Yep. Let's take a look at what Shino can do. Big first turn. That's a better looking connection. Needs to go big. Gets a strong second turn. This one opening up once again for Shino. She needs a 5.77. Needs to make the completion count. She's going to say, you know what? I don't need to do much more. I'm going to kick out. Get myself back out there with just under 4 minutes to go. Couple of really nice turns for Shino Matsuda. Some great combinations. 5.77 is what she's looking for.
Here we go. Replay here. So big turn here. Lovely second turn. Love how she got that board in a quick vertical whip there. So Shino finding a wave with multiple opportunities here. So the judges are going to really like the look of that one. She didn't squeeze together a couple of turns. She really did start to lay into some big ones there. So Shino applying pressure now to Olive Hardy. 3 minutes 10 to go. Judges really thinking about this score. And then our local girl, Pinky, being quite quiet in this heat so far. Only one wave in 22 minutes.
Yeah, that's kind of unlike Pinky right now. I think maybe just waiting for one of those good waves to roll through, but sometimes you just need to make the most of what's coming at you, because I feel like right now best waves aren't rolling through. She's up and riding though. Looking for a 7.6. One strong turn there for Pinky. She backs it up with the second one. So that's a better looking opportunity for her. She's going to get herself in a good spot. Shino locks in a 3.27 on her last wave.
Actually, she's got some big scores.
Oh, sorry, she
starting
does.
to
You're
drop.
right.
It looks like it's potentially going to go to the score that she's looking for. We're waiting on these last two numbers to lock in. So crucial scores to come at this point. We may have a situation change, but just over 2 minutes to go here.
Yeah, it's looking like we will so far. She needs a 5.77. Olive Hardy could be in trouble.
3 judges are giving it to her at this point, and there it is.
Yeah, 6.43 for Shino Matsuda. Olive Hardy needs a 4.44. Gets a completion. Air drops down. She's down in third. So Shino goes straight up into the lead. Oh, Nat Fenson pulls in there. Doesn't find an exit, way too deep with just under 2 minutes to go. What a complete change in situation and a sigh of relief for Shino Matsuda.
Yeah, definitely. She's gone straight to the lead. She's going to want to drop that 3.33. This is the last of Nat. Gets in the tube there, but it's super deep. And really a lot of weight on that front foot here. Then Olive, one big hit, air drops out of it. So needs a 4.44. We saw her last big one turn go to a 4.67. So judges need to decide if it's around the same mark as that, which I really liked the look of that turn.
Yeah, I did too. It was strong. She got the air drop down. It was something different. 4.44. We'll see. This heat has had a complete change up. Pinky is also waiting for a score as well. She needs a 7.6. Scores to lock in for both third and fourth. So Nat Fenson is probably trying to scratch onto a wave in the last 50 seconds of this one. Olive Hardy probably looking for another opportunity as well. 45 seconds to go. Olive Hardy's score is looking pretty decent. It's going to be enough by the first indications already. Pinky Alapeo is going to lock in her second best score as well, a 1.93. Last of Olive Hardy takes her up into the lead, 5.1. So she goes straight to first. Shino Matsuda now in second. Olive up and riding again. Good first turn, driving through a nice carve. She's probably hadn't heard that score yet and was thinking, wow, I need to get another opportunity. Nat Fenson now with priority, needing a 4.1. There's 5 seconds to go. She's up and riding, pulls in, finds the exit. It was not very clean, but gets a really strong finish. 4.1. Jessie, thoughts?
I want to see the barrel again and really see what that was like, but that end turn was sick. It was more than what I thought it was going to be. I thought she was just going to kind of go up and down, but she actually got a lot of punch on it. Wow, she was deep. I mean, it wasn't the cleanest barrel you ever seen, but she definitely got covered. And then big end section turn there for Nat Fenson. It's just whether or not the judges are going to deem that, a barrel That's going to give her that score that she's looking for. And I think relying on that single last turn, it's probably won't be a 4.1, but depending on how they see the barrel, that's where we'll really know from the judges here. So Nat Fenson patiently waiting here. No indication from our judges yet. Really, that's a hard one.
4.1. She needs to get this. How the tables have turned in this heat. Olive Hardy was in third within 10 seconds, goes up into the lead. Shino dropped down into second. She took a while to get up into first place. Right now, Nat hoping that it is the 4.1 that she is looking for. It'll secure her around a 32 appearance. No indications of this score just yet. The whole of Merriweather, I'm sure, would be biting their nails, waiting for this score. She didn't give up that GT under her feet. Matt Banting's model looking really smooth, but nothing matters right now unless this score comes in at what she's hoping for, 4.1.
See the lifeguards making their way in. That was our last heat of the day, so we are calling it off. Once this score has been locked in, we are going to wrap it. We'll be back tomorrow for a nice early call in the morning, and we'll have both the men and the women's round of 32 on standby. We still have 16 more competitors to see compete for the first time in competition. Here we go, score starting to lock in.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to fall just short of 3.7 for Nat Fenson. So it is Olive Hardy taking the win. Shino Matsuda coming in second. We'll say goodbye to Nat Fenson and Pinky Alapayo. A great performance for her. That was a really stacked heat and a lot of changes in the leaderboard there. An exciting one to watch, Jessie.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a fun 6 heats today, but we are going to leave it at that. We will be back for plenty more action over the next coming days. We'll see you guys very soon. 7 a.m. tomorrow morning is the call. Stay tuned.
Thought we were over. I thought we were done. You took my heart and made it colder. I took my soul and tried to run, but I have nowhere to hide, and you'll find me every time. Your pretty little lies are a game. I swear I always fall for the same. Yeah, your wild affection, sweet deception taking over me. You know you'll find a fire.